Go, go, go.
Major League Baseball Productions presents This Week in Baseball, the show that goes beyond the game.
Go! Swung at it, belted! Oh, my God! This one is
over. It was a time where everybody was fattening up their record when they played Tampa. They finished in last place 9 of their first 10 years of existence. Those days have changed.
Have they ever? Today's Rays have a pennant in their pocket and currently own the second best record in all of baseball.
Rays win! Rays win!
The Rays expect to reach the playoffs once again this year, and we'll tell you why in just a bit. But first, the pride of Nashville, Tennessee is earning a reputation as one of the best pitchers in the game today. And we thought you'd like to get to know him.
We are going to see a keeper, David Price.
I tell you, he can go for the kill. He gets it up a few miles, doesn't he? 97.
And that one hit 98. 99.
Well, he throws 100 miles an hour.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
To be able to see him pitch is a treat because you don't get to see very many lefties throw 100 miles an hour, for 7-8 innings.
That one hit 100 on our gun.
I'm not going to shy away from my strengths. It doesn't matter who I'm facing. If that guy's strength is hitting a fastball, he's still going to get some fastballs.
Victory call. He got him with a fastball at around 97.
He's going to be a top-of-the-rotation guy for a long time to come.
You've got to love what you see out of David Price.
In just his second full season in the majors, David has to be considered a candidate for this year's Cy Young Award.
That's awesome.
In the American League, he's in the top 10 in ERA and strikeouts per 9. And is tied for the league lead in wins.
And David Price becomes a 15-game winner, a franchise single-season record.
I feel like I've become more of a pitcher this year. I've been able to go out there and kind of just focus in a little bit more and make good pitches and get outs.
He impresses me more from the inside out than actually his 100-mile-per-hour fastball. He's so poised, and he's just a kid.
Fact is, just 3 years ago, David was pitching for Vanderbilt University, earning acclaim as the best amateur ball player in the nation, while dreaming of the day he'd wear a big league uniform.
I would love to pitch in the major leagues. I guess that's my dream, and it's always what I've wanted to do. I just continue working where I am right now, and everything will take care of itself.
The Tampa Bay Devil Rays select David Price, left-handed pitcher.
In 2008, he made his major league debut, first earning his stripes out of the bullpen.
Pitching at the big league level it's different than pitching at any other level. So you got to get here, have a little bit of success.
Joe Maddon said he's not going to be shy about bringing him into big spots. What a spot to put this young man.
Yeah, Game 7 of the 2008 LCS against the Red Sox could be considered a pretty big spot.
The 23-year-old will enter the biggest game of his life.
Think about being drafted and then your first pro season, you're closing out Game 7 of the LCS.
The future and the present coming together here at Tropicana Field.
It was one of those moments I was kind of in, and I just didn't really think. I kind of just reacted.
Price is ready. Here he comes. Check swing. He struck way. And the Red Sox lead the bases loaded. David Price with a glimpse of the future.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. Those are the moments you live for.
With the confidence he acquired in those playoffs, and in 23 starts in 09, Price is having a breakout season. And the scary thing is, he knows he can get better.
The game is constantly evolving, and as pitchers and players, we have to do the same thing. And there's always room for improvement.
When I met him, he had a fastball slider, and now he has a fastball slider, two-seam curveball, and changeup. So that's in a year and a half, all this progression.
For him to be able to make adjustments as quick as he has and become the top pitcher in the American League the first half of the season, I don't think anybody was surprised, but for him to be able to do it this fast is definitely special.
El Natural, that looked nice. That was sick now.
This year, in particular, he's really come into his own as a pitcher, and it's paying dividends for him.
And the starting pitcher for the American League, David Price.
He was very deserving of that All-Star Game start, and he made us proud.
The sky's the limit. As far as I'm concerned, he's one of the best pitchers in the game. There's only room for improvement from here.
This Week in Baseball is brought to you by the Pepsi Refresh Project. Thousands of ideas, millions in grants.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave,
think we should put organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one.
MLB teams are competing for a Pepsi Refresh grant. Vote for their ideas now at MLB.com/Pepsi Refresh.
You see that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Can you imagine the game played on anything less than the most beautiful grass you've ever seen? Neither can we. Scott's, official lawn care company of Major League Baseball.
When Fox asked, what do you want from us this fall, you said,
you need to grow a pair.
So we did. A new pair of comedies on Tuesday. Raising Hope.
What's its name? Princess Beyonce, but I think I might change that.
And Running Wild.
I want you.
I want you.
Oh, no.
Oh. The new Fox Tuesday premieres this September.
David Price is now the ace of the Rays. But back in 2008, he was just a late-season call-up, one who helped the team reach the Fall Classic.
Now the 0-1 to Lowry on its way. Swinging a ground ball to second. This should do it. Hockey has it. Takes it to second himself. The Rays are going to the World Series.
It was a sensational and improbable run for the Rays that year. But it was followed by a disappointing 2009.
When a team comes out of nowhere, like Tampa Bay did, there's probably a part of them that really don't understand how they got there. And it's very normal for there to be a drop-off the next year.
It was a little bit different for us last year because, a lot of teams were gunning for us, and we weren't unknown anymore.
But then there's some learning that occurs in that second year when they realize it's not that easy.
I think as us growing up the way we have in the last 2 or 3 years, we won't allow those mistakes to happen anymore.
And then the third year is the year when you really watch out for them.
Well, that third year is now. And they sure got off on the right foot, thanks in part to their veteran leader, Carl Crawford.
Swing and a line drive. That's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes the runner around third. The throw to the plate. Too late. Rays win. Rays win.
It was a fine start to 2010, and ever since, the Rays pitching staff has done its part to keep them in the hunt in the ultra-competitive AL East.
Without a doubt, the strength of the team is pitching.
Swing and a miss. That's just dominant stuff right there.
As a pitching staff, I love our top 5 starters. I would match up with anybody.
That's number 12 for Shields, and it equals his single-game career high.
And they all have kind of a look about them where you can just tell they're brimming with confidence and they're ready to go.
And Matt Garza has no hit the Tigers.
Starting pitching give us a chance to win, and the bullpen's been great this year.
He got it. Struck him out. It's all over, and the Rays win it.
It's all been kind of working.
I think offensively, we really believe that the 9 guys, in whatever order we're put in the lineup, will be, if not the best, one of the best, offensive clubs in the game.
This lineup is so tough for Tampa Bay.
Rather impressive.
We have so many weapons. We got power. We got a lot of speed.
He's going.
The throw down to second, not in time.
Run at all costs at all times.
Guys who know how to play the game offensively really well.
They'll hit and run. They'll double steal. They'll squeeze a lot. They'll do all kind of things to get that offense rolling.
We have so many talented players that even when players don't seem to be playing at their top level, they're still helping the team win.
Pena will take it. He dives to Cano and gets him to retire the side.
And Joe, preaches just, take care of the little things, do the small things, take the extra base, running the bases.
Joe Maddon basically changed the culture of this whole team. And he's built it up to the point where they expect to win.
Longoria dives, goes to second for one, back to first, double play.
The Rays are playing exceptional baseball, but their mindset this year is a little different than it was 2 years ago.
I just think that we're more focused and more confident than we ever been.
Making it to the World Series is not going to be enough. We want to win the World Series. That's our goal, and we're not going to settle for anything less than that.
And now here's Twibia. Back in 2008, David Price became the 3rd youngest pitcher to get a save in a pennant-deciding LCS game. We asked B.J. Upton, if he knew who the youngest pitcher was to do so. Adam Wainwright, Byung-Hyun Kim, Don Gullett, or Bob Welch. BJ?
I want to say Adam Wainwright.
No, Don Gullett was still 19 when he saved Game 3 of the 1970 LCS. But hey, that was 14 years before you were born. Next up, Holiday Inn presents Winning Road Trips, where we salute teams and players who come up big away from home.
High drive, deep right field. What a blast that was.
Arizona this week became just the 7th team ever to hit 4 straight home runs.
Drew way back, warning track wall. Another home run, 4 in a row for the Diamondbacks.
Well, it's hard to believe that a team can do that. 4 consecutive home runs.
Hey, babe.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, Dad. Check out these calculators. Cool. Checklists. Videos.
Articles.
Worksheets. Tips.
Strategies.
They got tools.
Tools. One website to help you
save a little money. Make a plan.
Stay on budget.
Put some money in the bank. This will help me
get your act together.
Oh.
Yeah. Stay on top of bills.
Have some breathing room.
Reduce taxes.
This is how we can
get ahead of it.
Get started at bankofamerica.com/solutions.
Perfect.
A real national pastime, saving money. And like baseball, people love their stats.
I started bringing my lunch to work. $50 a week in my pocket.
Here's a good one. State Farm insures 40 million drivers, more than Geico and Progressive combined.
I save because I'm accident free.
Of course, with so many ways to save, including discounts of up to 40%, having that many customers shouldn't be a surprise. So ask a neighbor about State Farm. Then call an agent at 1-800-STATE-FARM or go online.
Built on the backbone of a high-strength steel frame. Built on the dependability of a Vortec V8. Built on a reputation of more than 90 years. Built with quality and backed with the best coverage in America, including a 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. No one's got your back like Chevy. Silverado Half-Ton, a Consumer's Digest Best Buy and the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road.
Everything worth listening to is on Sirius XM. The most commercial-free music. Play-by-play of every major sport. The best in talk, news, and entertainment. Everything you love, everything you want. Plus, new things to discover on over 130 channels. Hear what over 35 million listeners can't get enough of, including Major League Baseball on XM. Hear every team and every game. Plus, our exclusive 24/7 baseball talk channel, Sirius XM.
Rivals clash in St. Louis as the Cardinals take on the Cubs. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Sprint. Today, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific.
This year, Pepsi and Major League Baseball have teamed up for the Pepsi Refresh Project. 15 Major League teams are competing for a $200,000 grant by coming up with ideas to make their communities a better place. This week, we check out Tampa Bay, where Evan Longoria and the Rays seek to provide cancer education to kids in concert with the Moffitt Cancer Center.
Our team's idea is to fund cancer education for kids. The biggest thing for me when I first came into the big leagues was to sort of establish myself as an everyday major league player.
Drilled high in the air to left field. It is gone. Home run. Evan Longoria has done it again.
He's special. And now that I've been able to do that, kind of use my influence off the field to help either underprivileged kids or youth in the community. It's been a real treat to be involved with Moffitt.
Located in Tampa, the Moffitt Cancer Center is one of the nation's best, working to find ways to prevent the disease. The Rays idea focuses on the children.
As a team, we're trying to promote pediatric cancer research at the Moffitt Cancer Center.
Earlier this month, Evan paid a visit to the Cancer Center, and he went there with a plan.
The first part of my trip there is going to be a question and answer with some of the kids that are at Moffitt. Kind of a visit for them. Hopefully cheer some people up, warm some hearts.
Evan, thank you for joining us.
I think it's very important to educate these kids early about being active and wearing sunscreen. Does anybody know what SPF stands for? Our team's idea is to fund cancer education for kids. This program is to help teach kids ways they can help prevent cancer down the road.
Can you put these on? Now we have to protect our eyes.
I feel that the Tampa Bay Rays and Moffitt Cancer Center should be the winner for the Pepsi Refresh Grant.
Bend down nice and slow and touch your toes.
With this money, the Moffitt Cancer Center is definitely going to be able to make huge strides with their research and hopefully get closer to a cure for all forms of pediatric cancer.
To vote for your favorite team idea, log on to the Pepsi Refresh Project at MLB.com/Pepsi Refresh to cast your ballot. Help make the world a better place. Our XM Radio Call of the Week comes from Baltimore, where the Resurgent O's have bucked their early season trend.
High drive deep to right field. This game is over. And Brian Roberts has hit a home run onto the flag court to win it for the Orioles in the bottom of the 10th inning. Roberts with a towering shot brings the fans to their feet here at the yards. Roberts is mobbed at the plate by his teammates, and the Orioles win it in 10.
Which brings us to Gillette's Rookie of the Month, honoring the top rookies in both leagues.
Welcome to the show!
Toronto's J.P. Arancibia played his first big league game this week.
First pitch swinging, Arancibia, left field, and gone!
J.P. might want to unpack his bags, because it looks like he's going to be around for a while.
Can you believe this? 4 for 4, 2 home runs in his big league debut!
This Week in Baseball, presented by Pepsi, will be right back.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one.
MLB teams are competing for a Pepsi Refresh grant. Vote for their ideas now at MLB.com/Pepsi Refresh.
You see that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Congratulations to the winners of the Gillette Presents American League and National League Rookie of the Month Award.
There's a mid-90s fastball from Wade Davis. And a swing and a miss. He got it with a high fastball.
Rocket launcher right there. That's a money pitch right there.
Buster Posey.
This is stuff the legends are made of.
It is out of here.
And this rookie continues to impress. Tune in next month to find out who will win the next Gillette Presents American League and National League Rookie of the Month Award.
Fox Sunday. Will Homer survive the garage door massacre?
What?
Will Cleveland need a nipple transplant?
What?
And will Chris feel the heat?
Can I get some covers over here? No, you fat, keep you warm.
All will be revealed. Animation Domination. Sunday starting at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Peekaboo, it's me, the Lime. Welcome to the Taco Bell Cantina Taco. Behold, a world of juicy marinated steak, cilantro, and me, the Lime. The, how you say, culinary Casanova? Eh? Tell me what you think of that. Playing hard to get, I see. A whole new taco awaits from Taco Bell.
To play good baseball, you've got to execute the fundamentals of the game.
Fundamentals, youngsters. Keep working at it.
And who better to learn from than the experts at MLB Network with this week's Diamond Demo.
Hi, this is Bill Ripken, and this is an MLB Diamond Demo. All right, we're going to talk about a center fielder, and a ball shoots the gap and gets all the way to the wall. Boom.
That's trouble. That's in the gap, and nobody's going to get it.
Ball hits the wall, it's sitting there, it's right for the taking. I want to come over as a center fielder, I want to look at that ball, pick it up, boom, establish my direction back towards the infield, release it strong to my relay guy.
He fires it back in quickly, and he throws an absolute strike.
Pick it up, get your momentum going, throw it to your relay guy, my job is done.
Beautiful relay, you love to see it.
That's going to do it from 42, we'll see you next week.
Hey, boy! Since becoming Tampa's manager in 2006, Joe Maddon has turned the cellar-dwelling Rays into a playoff contender, a feat that earned him Manager of the Year honors in 2008.
Joe Maddon has done a solid job managing this ball club, turning that mindset around.
He's consistent in his approach to us as players. He always gives us confidence in our own abilities. He's just been everything I could ask for in a manager.
Joe plays weird ideas. You know, he kind of thinks one step ahead of the way the game's played, and he's constantly trying to help this team win.
Joe really is a down-to-earth guy. As we discovered, when he let us in on some of the unique ways he stays focused on the road.
Sometimes it's not nearly as restful when you're changing time zones and you're not in your own bed. I'll wake up sometime and ask myself, where am I? You know, which city am I in? I think I actually did that today. More than anything, I'd say that would be the most difficult for me. Otherwise, I pretty much fill up my day with stuff. Like for me, I don't watch TV there all day. I don't just listen to music all day. I'll read a book. But now I got my own little bike that we're going to put together. It should take 10 minutes if I don't screw it up. It's just a great way for me to just unwind a bit. We're going to put this bad boy together. It's all, it comes together just by basically quick release kind of items here. And you just got to do that bad boy in there. Okay. Voila, we have a bike. I hope the bike doesn't fall apart. Here we go. Part of being on the bike, I get to really explore the lay of the land. I mean, I've always been curious about that.
It's a method of self-discipline, man, just to get out there. The days that I really don't want to do it, those are the days I have to do it. That's just a test physically and mentally. And inside, you're sitting on a machine, in a little room. It's all, dusty and sweaty. And I think I've done some of my best thinking outside on a bicycle over the last couple of years. So hopefully it's a habit. As long as with good health, I'll keep this habit for a long time. Okay, great ride. Now it's on to my second job, which would be the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays. Being the manager is something I enjoy dearly, and I know a lot of people get burnt out going on the road, but I haven't, and I actually look forward to it, and I think it's because of the way I attack the day.
For more information, log on to mlb-dda.org. Find out how to get your local ballpark chosen to receive a big league makeover and how to win a new Chevy by logging on to ChevyBaseball.com. Chevy and Scott's, building diamonds and dreams.
This one's going to do it. She is out of here.
Our State Farm Big League Blast this week comes from Pittsburgh, where Pirate fans have been begging for a hero. And they've got one.
Pedro hits it high and deep to right. Way back it goes.
Good conditioning and proper nutrition make you a better athlete. So here's our tip of the week, as One A Day presents, Step Up to the Plate for Your Health.
Hi fans, I'm Roger, head athletic trainer for the Milwaukee Brewers. Before starting any physical activity, be sure to stretch. Flexibility is often overlooked when people are training, but serious injuries can result if you don't warm up your muscles properly prior to your workout.
For more healthy tips, log on to AskMLBTrainer.com. This Week in Baseball is brought to you by the Pepsi Refresh Project. Thousands of ideas, millions in grants.
Take care of your engine, and it'll go far. One way I can take care of my engine, One A Day Men's, a complete multivitamin for my overall health. Plus, now it supports my heart health and helps maintain healthy blood pressure. Whoa. Gotta make your heart race, huh?
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens.
I don't know about that one.
MLB teams are competing for a Pepsi Refresh grant. Vote for their ideas now at MLB.com/Pepsi Refresh.
You see that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
I like your messy hair. I like the clothes you wear. I like the way you sing. And when you dance with me, you always make me smile. Don't know why.
We believe you're at your best when you can truly be yourself. And at Holiday Inn, you always can. Holiday Inn. Stay you.
A real national pastime
saving money. And like baseball people love their stats.
I started bringing my lunch to work. $50 a week in my pocket.
Here's a good one. State Farm insures 40 million drivers, more than Geico and Progressive combined.
I save because I'm accident-free.
Of course, with so many ways to save, including discounts of up to 40%, having that many customers shouldn't be a surprise. So ask a neighbor about State Farm. Then call an agent at 1-800-STATE-FARM or go online.
Give yourself an edge. New One-A-Day Men's Pro Edge. A complete multivitamin with more magnesium to help support healthy muscle function. More B vitamins to help convert food to fuel. More confidence in a healthy you. New One-A-Day Men's Pro Edge.
It's a preseason special on Fox. Thursday, the Patriots take on the Falcons. Friday, the Bengals battle the Eagles. 2 great nights of NFL preseason action, only on Fox.
And now here's How About That with the plays of the week. Set to the song Take Me Out by Atomic Tom.
Hey, Jim. Hey, Dan.
Does Dominic Brown have his first Major League home run? He does! Drilling it to center field. Gone.
He's hit 2 3-run home runs.
Wilson is going to sprint to the bag and dive. And he got there in time.
And
off of Masterson, somehow fielded by Cabrera, throws to first, and he got him. Wow.
Some may say.
Back to a breaking ball, strike 3 call.
Brandon Morrow, spectacular effort. 17 strikeouts, 1 hit.
Take a look at this. Wow.
And the ball is dropped.
Looked like a wet bar of soap right there.
Striking people out.
That ball is gone.
Terrific play. Yeah, nasty. Yeah.
That's a fantastic play.
Diving stop. He will dive and make the catch.
You have the most pretty swing in baseball.
That one's deep and it is not coming back.
Touch them all.
J.P. Arancibia, 2 home runs in his big league debut. The Pirates win it.
You're not supposed to go here. You're supposed to go here. Yeah. Once you breathe it in, it's over.
Down the line, that's a fair ball. The Brewers win.
This Week in Baseball has been sponsored by Pepsi, by Bank of America, Chevy, Gillette, Holiday Inn, One-A-Day, Scott's, SiriusXM, and by State Farm. Keep up with Twib on both Facebook and Twitter. For This Week in Baseball, I'm Buzz Brainerd. So long, everybody.
It's a heated rivalry in St. Louis as Pujols and the Cardinals face the Cubs. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Sprint. Today, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific.
The best pre-owned cars and trucks at the best price. Get to Erickson's premier pre-owned outlet today.
The Bears and Chargers, Saturday at 8 on your station, Fox 18.
How can a 94-year-old green guy save you money during the recession? He can check out your comfort system for free and tell you how to save money on energy efficiency. J.L. Brady has been offering the best HVAC service in Iowa and Illinois since 1915. And they can show you how to go green and save up to 30% on heating and cooling expenses. A system like that could pay for itself in less than 2 years. They're family owned, and after all these years, still doing it the Brady way, the right way.
Get the best deals of the year during the cost-cutting closeout at Reynolds Ford.
The 2011s are arriving and the 2010s gotta go. 2010 F-150, save $87.70. 2010 Edge, save $60.44. 2010 Fusion, save $45.45. 2010 Focus, save $42.17. We've cut prices to the bone. You'll never save more. 0% APR, huge rebate.
The best deals of the year are happening now at Reynolds Ford.
Reynolds Ford, home of the deal makers.
To test the speed of our nationwide 3G network, we had Mike Whalen from our ad agency connect with U.S. Cellular customers across the country. Mike sent a video to Elizabeth D. from Portland. Texted Roger C. from Charleston. Browsed Ashley B.'s Facebook page in Seattle. Posted pics to Lindsay M. from Albuquerque. And did it all 10 times faster on our nationwide 3G network. Don't just connect to people and information. Connect to them 10 times faster. U.S. Cellular. Believe in something better.
Fox Soccer Channel. The Big Ten Network. Speed. Fuel TV. FSN. And Fox Sports. The greatest collection of sports networks in the world.
We are Fox Sports! Today on Fox Saturday Baseball, we've got a showdown in the wild NL West. Matt Latos has laid out the competition all year. Today, the first-place Pods send out their ace against the boys from the Bay. In St. Louis, another first-place team, the Cardinals look to stay red hot as the rival Cubs come to town. And the Rays are fighting for first. But the newly led Orioles are playing with some magic under Buck Showalter. Can Tampa fend off the O's at home? It's all coming at you next on Fox Saturday Baseball. Welcome to the Sprint pregame show on Fox. Sprint, the Now Network. We are in San Francisco, where the prediction of San Francisco starter Jonathan Sanchez will not come true. The Giants will not sweep the Padres based on what happened last night. With Sanchez on the bump, 6th inning, Ryan Ludwig with the slide. He gets all touchy-feely on the dish to give San Diego the 3-2 lead. Then Heath Bell comes on in the 9th to close it out. His 22nd straight save, and the Padres win it 3-2 and now lead the Giants by 3.5 games in the NL West. Well, today, Buster Posey looks to regain his July form in which he hit .417, but he's going against one of the most dominant pitchers you might not know. Opponents are hitting just $191 this year against San Diego ace Matt Latos. And with that, hi, everybody. We welcome you to Fox Saturday Baseball. It is presented to you today by Sprint. In just a few minutes, some of you will stay out west to see the Giants and the Padres. This series has been one-sided. San Diego's won 8 of the 9 meetings this year. Others are off to Tampa Bay, where Evan Longoria and the Rays trailed the Yankees by 2 games in the AL East. Today, they have to do battle with the resurgent Orioles. I'm not joking here. Adam Jones in Baltimore, 9-2 under their new skipper, Buck Showalter. And most of you are going to St. Louis as Alfonso Soriano and the Cubs look to salvage something this season. But Albert Pujols is smoking yet again. He's gone deep 6 times in the last 11 games for the first-place Cards. Speaking of King Albert, he could be in line for his 4th NL MVP. He's in the top 5 in average, in homers, and in RBIs. He was the leading vote getter for the National League at the All-Star game. So we know what the fans think about him, but what about the players? Let's get to know who the players would pay to see play.
Probably Albert, just because of what he's done. He's done it so consistently for so long. Put up the numbers he's put up and do it, night in and night out. And every time it seems like the game's on the line, he always gets a hit.
I'd say Albert. He's really consistent, and I think how he goes about his game makes him, obviously if not the best player, one of the top 2.
I'd say Ricky Henderson. I never got to see him play in person. He's one of the greats.
I would like to see Willie Mays. I'm a center fielder myself, and a guy like that is, I always heard stories about him from different people, different fans, and I would love to see Willie Mays play.
I would pay any kind of money to watch Roberto Clemente and Willie Mays, those 2 guys. What I heard that they used to do and what I watch in the video that they do, it's just not right.
Jackie Robinson, just at the time, the racism and the things like that. I mean, he had to be a pretty strong guy to allow us to play the game.
I have 2 on my team. I would say, Jeter and Mariano are 2 that I would pay big money to watch him play.
Ichiro, when he first came over, he was just a sight to see. The man's speed, was something new. His style of hitting the one shoulder to bring him back and hitting the ball to second basemen for base hits.
Right now, Steven Strasburg. I mean, I like seeing young guys do well in anything, and I would like to see him throw.
Well, free of charge, some of you will see the Padres take on the 2nd-place Giants. Others get the improved Orioles taking on the Rays. Most of you will see the Cubbies and the Cards. First pitch of your game is next on Fox.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
everything over here?
Great, Kels.
Good.
So, Craig, that's a Culver's snack pack?
It is.
The famous original Culver's Bacon Deluxe?
Yep.
Crispy, crinkle-cut fries?
That's right.
And a drink?
For less than $4.
Wow, that's a lot of food. So, why do you call it a snack pack?
That's a good question.
Introducing 8 deliciously complete meals, including fries and a drink, all under $4. Culver's. Get Culverized.
We asked how we can make the Fox 18 9 o'clock news better for you, and you told us. Beginning September 6th, find out how your suggestions will change your Fox 18 9 o'clock news. It's your news.
Yowza. It's time to hang loose.
Taking a lunch break? Sure, let's call it that.
With the 2.5 men of summer.
I was going to do a little topless sunbathing later. You're welcome to join me.
Weeknights at 6 on Fox 18.
Welcome to St. Louis on a hot, humid Saturday afternoon. From Busch Stadium, it's the second of a 3-game series between two longtime rivals, the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. Cardinals in first place in the National League Central with a 1-game lead over the Cincinnati Reds. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Fox Saturday Baseball. Kenny Albert along with Tim McCarver. What a week it has been for the Cardinals. A sweep on the road over Cincinnati and a win last night in the series opener with the Cubs. So 4 in a row as the Cardinals cling to that lead in the National League Central.
Every major league team and their players will tell you that when you get to October, you look back over a season, the ebb and flow of a season, and you can usually pick out 3 or 4 days, a week or two, where this has made the difference in our season, whether it's losing or winning. Well, if that's the truth, and it is, it's an adage in baseball, the St. Louis Cardinals will look back on this week, if they do win it, and say that's the big reason we won.
Well, the Cubs won the division in 07 and 08, but they are heading in the opposite direction. They've lost 15 of their last 18 games, a very young roster, 11 rookies on the Cubs' current roster. And today they send Carlos Zambrano to the mound, his second start. Since returning to the club, he'll be opposed by 13-game winner Chris Carpenter of the Cardinals. So the Cardinals look to make it 2 in a row over Chicago. They are in a battle with the Cincinnati Reds for the division. It's the Cardinals and the Cubs from Busch this afternoon, right here on Fox.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! Hey, man, how you doing? How's your shave?
Kind of like tugging and pulling.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing the revolutionary new Fusion Pro Glide.
It glides, like literally.
Now Fusion Pro Glide has been engineered with Gillette's thinnest blades ever, so it glides for less tug and pull. Turns shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. New Fusion Pro Glide. And warm up before you shave for incredible comfort with new Pro Series Thermal Scrub.
Snatching stuff takes. Oh, what is going on in here?
It's okay, relax. Watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Dave.
Wow.
Is that your agent?
It's the jingle. Try it.
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With a sandwich.
Oh, yeah. And the girl from 4E? And can I get a hot tub?
Nice.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at yagent.com.
I like him a lot.
On September 3rd,
Your voice just went up like 12 octaves, Mariah.
Use your low voice.
one long-distance relationship
Keep it light.
disease-free and light has everyone talking.
Can you see other people?
You don't know what he's doing right now.
She's definitely gonna dump you for not having a tan.
That's true.
Tastes like poison!
You fell for that?
I really want to come out and see you.
I like that.
We're staring directly at you.
Nice.
We're rowing like a bunch of Viking slaves.
Going the distance, rated R.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put an organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens. I don't know about that one.
MLB teams are competing for a Pepsi Refresh grant. Vote for their ideas now at MLB.com/Pepsi Refresh.
You see that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
In baseball, miracles can happen when a team works together.
2 out,
bottom of the ninth.
Down to their last strike.
The same is true in the fight against cancer. That's why MLB has teamed up with Stand Up to Cancer. Because we believe that when we all stand up together,
41,000 on their feet.
We can make cancer history.
Now everybody's standing. What a buzz in this building.
This is beyond a dream. Stand up with MLB at standuptocancer.org.
Welcome back to St. Louis on a 91-degree afternoon as we get ready for the Cardinals and the Cubs. Today's game brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of the first inning. The beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. Budweiser, it's what we do. The Chicago Cubs with a record of 48 and 68. Their batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. The right fielder Kosuke Fukudome leads off, followed by rookie shortstop Starlin Castro. Derek Lee hits third. Aramis Ramirez in the cleanup spot. Then left fielder Tyler Colvin. Center fielder Marlon Byrd. The second baseman Blake DeWitt. Catcher Corey Hill bats eighth. And the pitcher Carlos Zambrano ninth. As the Cubs get set to face 35-year-old right-hander Chris Carpenter, tied for fifth in the National League with 13 victories.
He has done it for the Cardinals since 2004. He works fast, throws strikes, changes speeds. That's the mantra of most good pitching coaches. And as we said, there has been Cardinal consistency since Carpenter came to the Redbirds in 2003 from the Toronto Blue Jays.
Carpenter 10-3 lifetime against the Cubs. And the first pitch to Fukudome missing high, ball one. Fukudome's 6-game hitting streak ended last night. He went 0 for 3 in the 6-3 loss to St. Louis. Fukudome, Castro, and Lee for the Cubs here in the top of the first inning. Carpenter in his last appearance beat the Reds on Monday 7-3. Missing away 2-1. Cubs scored 2 runs in the first inning in last night's game. Now 2-2 on Fukudome.
You can see how Fukudome bails out of there, trying to keep that front shoulder in. That's been his problem since coming to the States. Formerly in Japan, he played with the Chunichi Dragons.
An all-star during his rookie season back in 2008. Full count with Starlin Castro waiting on deck. Payoff pitch from Carpenter. Right back to the pitcher. And he's able to make the grab.
Grab it before it grabs you. This ball is smoked right back through the box and fielded adequately by Chris Carpenter.
I would say so.
Got to realize he starts out 60 feet 6 inches away, and by the time a guy as tall as Carpenter, he's almost 6'5". By the time he finishes, he's about 52, 53 feet away. That reaction time, self-preservation.
So with one away, here is Starlin Castro, having an outstanding rookie season for the Cubs, batting .319, working on a 5-game hitting streak. On the first pitch, on the high hop, Ryan across the Pujols for out number 2. Our sprint player first for Starlin Castro. More hits than anybody else in all of baseball since the All-Star break. And he got the career off to a terrific start with a 3-run home run in his first major league at bat back in May.
He is quite a story in Chicago. He is 17 plate appearances shy of qualifying for the batting title. And if he wins the batting title, he will be the youngest player in the history of baseball to win a batting title. He doesn't turn 21 until March 24th of next year.
He is the only player in the major leagues born in the 90s. March 24th, as you mentioned, 1990. if Lee takes a called strike, 2-1.
Kenny, that's a developing story, and I have not read one word about it. 17 plate appearances shy of qualifying for the batting title. And once again, if he wins it, he will be the youngest player in the history of the game. Not only the National League, but the American League, too.
2 20-year-olds won batting titles in the American League. Ty Cobb in 1907 and Al Kaline in 1955, but they would both turn 21 the following December. Castro will not turn 21 until March. Derek Lee returned to the Cubs yesterday, activated from the bereavement list. Missed the series in San Francisco, visiting his grandfather. Nice backhand play by the second baseman Schumacher, and the Cubs are retired in order on 13 pitches in the first.
If it was simply about money, every bank loan would be a guarantee of success. At GE Capital, loaning money is the start of the relationship, not the end. I work with players every day. At GE Capital, we succeed only when they do.
Woo! Awesome! Yes! We've got to get you out of the office more often. My turn to drive.
The energy boost for your feet. With ZigTech, I get more train, less pain.
CC looks a bit rattled out there, and Dave Island is coming out for a visit.
Dave, I think we should put organic garden in that bullpen.
I think we should organize a group hug for all of New York.
Mobile classrooms, that was your idea, wasn't it?
How about a pizza party for all of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Senior prom for senior citizens. I don't know about that one. MLB teams are competing for a Pepsi Refresh grant. Vote for their ideas now at MLB.com/Pepsi Refresh.
You see that girl in the stands? She got some great ideas.
Tony La Russa serving the second and final game of his suspension. There is bench coach Joe Patini in the Cardinals dugout. He is in charge of the lineup card this afternoon. Tony taking in the action from a suite upstairs, as he did last night. Cardinals batting order brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Third baseman Felipe Lopez leading off, followed by the right fielder John Jay. Albert Pujols hits third. Matt Holliday in the cleanup spot. Then Colby Rasmus. Yadier Molina bats sixth. Bottom of the order, Skip Schumacher, the pitcher. Chris Carpenter in the number 8 spot. And shortstop Brendan Ryan. Cardinals facing 29-year-old right-hander Carlos Zambrano, placed on the restricted list by the Cubs in late June. Underwent anger management counseling, and there is Zambrano's scouting report.
Anger management counseling, that's why this year has been a year like no other for Carlos. And while his last time out, a career-high 7 walks in 5 innings against the Giants last Monday.
That start followed 3 relief appearances after his return to the ball club. We spoke with manager Lou Piniella this morning. He said Zambrano met with the club. He apologized. He was contrite. And Lou said he has been the model citizen ever since returning. Lopez rounds out to the second baseman DeWitt for out number 1. So with 1 away, here is right fielder John Jay. Check out his numbers in 58 games, batting .367. He's hitting .393, Tim, since his most recent recall back on July the 3rd.
Yeah, we talked about Starlin Castro. John Jay, the big reason that the Cardinals were allowed to trade Ryan Ludwig to the San Diego Padres.
Jay goes the other way into left field, and it drops in for a base hit.
You know, the one thing that is tough for a young hitter to realize is that all good hitters get jammed. And the reason for that is good hitters are going into the ball. but John Jay's strong enough to flare it to left field for the first base runner of the game. If you don't get jammed, for the most part, you're not a good hitter. Now, there are exceptions, and you're looking at one right there.
The sprint player firsts for Albert Pujols. Most home runs all time over his first 10 seasons. And the highest career batting average among active players. Pujols went deep in the first inning last night. Number 29 this season. Number 395 of his career. 0-2. First inning shot for Pujols last night after the Cubs scored 2 in the top of the first. He is now 1 behind Joe Carter, who is 50th on the all-time home run list and has more home runs against the Cubs than any other active player. The 0-2 from Zambrano into the left field corner. Jay holding at third, Pujols in at second with a stand-up double.
There are very few hitters. We talked about being jammed, but there are very few guys who can take the ball inside and keep it fair while putting the good part of the bat on the ball. But that's what Pujols can do. In my experience, Henry Aaron could do it, Barry Bonds could do it, and Pujols can do it. For hitters to put the good part of the bat on the ball, if it's inside, normally he'll pull it foul or get jammed. With Pujols, as we said, he's the exception.
So the Cardinals with runners on second and third, only 1 out as Matt Holliday steps in. Holliday doubled twice in last night's game as a hit in 8 consecutive games. 6th in the National League with a .309 average. First innings have not been kind to Carlos Zambrano this season.
Very few innings have.
Right center, Fukudome. Jay tags and scores. Sacrifice fly, RBI number 73 for Matt Holliday. But Cardinals take a 1-0 lead.
St. Louis Cardinals have the best record in baseball when they score first. They scored first last night. They have scored first this afternoon.
Colby Rasmus with a drive. Down the right field line and a curves foul. .47 and 12 when scoring first are the Cardinals.
That's a team with that good a record, and they've had problems with their bullpen, but their starting pitching has just been superb with Carpenter, Garcia.
And of course Adam Wainwright is tied for the National League in victories.
Adam Wainwright could have taken over the Cy Young race with Ubaldo Jimenez having a bit of a hiccup, even though he's still having a marvelous year.
17 wins apiece for Wainwright and Jimenez. Carpenter and Wainwright finished number 2 and 3 in Cy Young voting last season behind Tim Lincecum of the Giants.
Yeah, Wainwright, what, 11-0 here at Busch Stadium this year.
Zambrano has never lost in this ballpark.
4-0 lifetime. Minuscule ERA.
Rasmus went around, but the Cardinals strike first. 1-0 St. Louis after 1.
Big Peekaboo, it's me, the Lime. Welcome to the Taco Bell Cantina Taco. Behold, a world of juicy marinated steak, cilantro, and me, the Lime. The, how you say, culinary Casanova? Eh? Tell me what you think of that. Playing hard to get, I see. A whole new taco awaits from Taco Bell.
We speak MPG. Sure, but do we speak hybrid? Yes, we do. And we can say over 700 miles on a single tank and 41 MPG city. And all the words stick because they're true. We speak the most fuel-efficient midsize sedan in America. Yes, we speak hybrid. And apparently, quite well. Fusion is now the 2010 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Get in and drive one.
First is fast. First is 4G, but plays nice with 3G as well. First has an 8-megapixel HD camera and can stream live video to the web. First has an HDMI out. First shares Wi-Fi with 8 devices at once. First is not Stephen First, who played Flounder in Animal House. First has a kickstand for watching video. What will you do first with Evo, the first 4G phone? Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
Take care of your engine, and it'll go far. One way I can take care of my engine, One A Day Men's, a complete multivitamin for my overall health. Plus now it supports my heart health and helps maintain healthy blood pressure. Whoa. Kinda makes your heart race, huh?
Fox Saturday Baseball is presented by Sprint, the Now Network. By Fusion, the 2010 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Get in and drive one. And by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Back in St. Louis, Kenny Albert with Tim McCarver. Cardinals with a run at the bottom of the first inning. On a Matt Holliday sacrifice fly, driving in John Jay from third. Chris Carpenter retired the Cubs in order in the first inning and will face the middle of the order, Ramirez, Colvin, and Bird. Ramirez returning to the Cubs lineup today. Missed the last 3 games with a sore rib cage. Lou Piniella returned to the club last night as Ramirez ties this game at 1 on the first pitch from Carpenter here in the second inning. Number 17 off the bat of Aramis Ramirez.
And the blue shirts have a chance to stand here at Busch Stadium. Blue versus the red. Tony La Russa looking for the replay. Looked like a fastball right down the pipe. Chris Carpenter trying to get ahead. And Ramirez turning to Molina and saying, I'll handle this one, Yachty. And he did. Right down the middle of the plate.
He hit it 408 feet. As Tyler Colvin takes strike 1 for Ramirez, his second career home run off Carpenter in 52 lifetime at bats. As I started to say, Lou Piniella returned to the Cubs last night following a visit with his mom down in Tampa. Missed the series in San Francisco.
Lou's mom, Margaret, is resting comfortably in the Piniella household.
Lou told us she's doing well. Cubs lost 3 of 4 with Alan Trammell running the ball club in San Francisco, but all 3 losses were by 1 run. And Lou watched the games on television. He said, we competed very well. We played hard. Colvin down on strikes. First strikeout for Carpenter as we check out our 4 keys to the game.
It's pretty obvious for both these teams. The Chicago Cubs in a very unusual situation in that they are developing rookies. 15 different rookies have played for this team this year. 9 have made their debuts and 11 are on the team right now. As far as St. Louis is concerned, take advantage of the added incentive that they received in Cincinnati, winning 3 in a row over the Reds to go from 2 games back to a game in front, and that's where they are now.
Marlon Byrd batting .309, having a terrific season, represented the Cubs in the All-Star game in Anaheim. 5th in the league in hits. 15 different rookies. Man. Club record 17 way back in 1902.
And this is before September 1st when they can expand their roster. This is during a period where you can't expand your roster to more than 25 players. It has been. Talked to Lou yesterday and I said, you know what, Lou, it's been a mean year for you. And he weighed that word and he said mean. That's appropriate.
It will be his final season as Cubs manager. Won 2 division titles, 2007, 2008. Byrd with a drive. It rolls to the wall in right center. Stand-up double for Marlon Byrd, his 30th two-base hit of the season.
Talked about an unusual roster for the Cubs. It's an unusual day for Chris Carpenter. 4 of the 5 Cubs have hit the ball hard to lead off the game against Chris. You got to respect Marlon Byrd playing hard every day for this Cub club. And you mentioned his All-Star appearance, his first All-Star appearance in Anaheim this year at age 32.
In his 9th major league season. Blake DeWitt takes strike 1. Acquired from the Dodgers 2 weeks ago at the trade deadline for Ted Lilly and Ryan Theriot. DeWitt batting .310 in 12 games with the Cubs. So 2 extra base hits here in the 2nd inning for the Cubs off Chris Carpenter. Coy Hill on deck. Ramirez led off the inning with a home run on the first pitch. And Marlon Byrd with a double into the gap in right center. He takes his lead off second. As Carpenter deals to DeWitt. Ground ball to the right side. It will advance the runner. Carpenter covering, takes the throw from Pujols as Byrd moves to third. So with 2 away and a runner on third, here is Coy Hill, the Cubs catcher, starting for the 6th time in the last 7 games with Giovanni Soto on the disabled list.
Giovanni with a strained shoulder. I understand he received a cortisone shot this past week. Mending slowly.
Hill, a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander Carpenter, batting just .214, but does have a 5-game hitting streak. Byrd, the runner on third with 2 outs. As Carpenter catches the inside corner. 1-1.
And for those of you who follow baseball, you might think, well, it's an 8th place hitter. Why not put him on with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position? The reason is Carlos Zambrano, the on-deck batter, is so prolific at the plate. He is a very good hitter with power.
20 career home runs. More than twice as many as any other active pitcher in Major League Baseball. No other pitcher has more than 9. A 1-2 to Coy Hill. And Hill shoots it into left field. It's a fair ball. Byrd scores. Hill motoring on his way to second. So 3 extra base hits in the inning for the Cubs. Hill drives in his 10th run of the year. And the Cubs take a 2-1 lead.
Now a hanging breaking ball right around the letters and a little inside out swing. So a double for Coy Hill, and he drives in his 10th run of the game, or make that his 10th run of the season.
That'll be some game.
That'd be some game in the 2nd inning to have 10 RBIs now, wouldn't it?
Fernando Tatis of the Cardinals once drove in 8 runs in 1 inning.
That's right.
With 2 grand slams off Chan Ho Park.
Against the Dodgers, I think it was 1998.
Zambrano still looking for his first home run this year.
Yeah, that's when it's a bad year for Carlos Zambrano as a pitcher, when he has no home runs as a hitter in August. Means you haven't had many plate appearances.
Only 27 official at bats. He pinch hit for the Cubs this past Wednesday. Fastball missing inside, 2-1. The all-time record holder as far as home runs hit by a pitcher, Wes Ferrell, with 38. Of course, we do not include Babe Ruth in that category.
No, you can't.
On the ground to the left side, backhanded by Ryan. Long throw. And it just beats Zambrano. But the Cubs score 2. First pitch of the inning. Ramirez goes deep. 2-1 Chicago, mid-second.
It's understood that if you get up to get a Budweiser, you come back with a round. How you carry that round is a matter of personal preference. There's the 6-pack Strangler, the St. Bernard, the Flock of Geese, the Marsupial, the Sherpa, the Claw, even the more advanced Labrador Retriever. But we always come back with a beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Budweiser.
Before Rogaine, my solution to the problem was to go ahead and wear hats. I was always the hat guy. I can't even tell you how much it's changed my life.
Only Rogaine is proven to regrow hair in 85% of guys.
No more hats.
Stop losing, start gaining.
Denny's has 3 delicious new skillets starting at just $3.99. You hear that sizzling? It's the money you just saved burning a hole in your pocket. Just kidding, it's the new skillets.
And as a Progressive customer, you get to use any of our concierge claim centers.
So I can just drop off my car and you'll take care of everything?
Yep, even the rental.
What if I'm stuck at the office?
If you can't come to us, we'll come to you in one of our immediate response vehicles.
What if Mother won't let me drive?
Then you probably wouldn't have had an accident in the first place. And we're walking! And we're walking!
Making it all a bit easier. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! Hey, man, how you doing? How's your shave?
Kind of like tugging and pulling.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing the revolutionary new Fusion Pro Glide.
It glides, like literally.
Now Fusion Pro Glide has been engineered with Gillette's thinnest blades ever, so it glides for less tug and pull. Turns shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. New Fusion Pro Glide. And warm up before you shave for incredible comfort with new Pro Series Thermal Scrub.
Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Sprint, is sponsored by Budweiser with full flavor and a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. Cubs leading the Cardinals 2-1 as Yadier Molina gets set to lead off for St. Louis here in the bottom of the second inning against Carlos Zambrano.
Think it'll be a reprise of last night, Kenny?
Yadier receiving a standing ovation as he walked to the plate for the first time last night in the Cardinals' first home game.
Batting sixth, number 4, catcher Yadier Molina.
First home game since the incident in Cincinnati, which started with Molina and Brandon Phillips on Tuesday.
Following the comments of Brandon Phillips saying that the Cardinals whined too much, and there were some expletives in there that were reported that we're not going to say on live television, but Yadier Molina, the tapping of the shin guards, which, you know, normally, in my experience, Kenny, when hitters used to do that and be real syrupy with you when they came up to the plate, the reason they did that is they didn't want you to flip them, to knock them down. When it came time to knock them down, to think better of them. And Brandon Phillips tapped him after the comments, and Molina would have none of it. And it was an ugly scene at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. He kicked it the first time.
And then Phillips tapped him again with the bat. Skip Schumacher. Ground ball. Castro, the shortstop. And Schumacher is retired. And Johnny Cueto, Cincinnati Reds pitcher, suspended for 7 games. Both managers suspended 2 games. Tony La Russa serving the second of that 2-game suspension today.
Both benches and the players on them, emptying. Players coming in from the bullpen. Jason LaRue, the backup catcher for the Cardinals, spiked in the face. He also has a concussion from the spikes of Cueto.
Chris Carpenter was spiked in the back by Johnny Cueto.
That's right. And Chris saying in the paper today, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, that it was very difficult explaining to his 7-year-old why he was involved in the fight and the altercation. Not that it was a fight, but in many ways it was uglier than a fight.
Chris referring to the incident as unfortunate chaos.
Yeah, yeah.
Carpenter, of course, batting in the number 8 spot. It's the 61st time the Cardinals pitcher has hit 8 this season. Brendan Ryan waiting on deck in the number 9 spot today. Tony La Russa using the same lineup as far as position players for the 5th consecutive game. Up until this week, since Tony took over as Cardinals manager in 1996, he had never used the same lineup as far as position players go in as many as 3 consecutive games.
Oh, that's a great note. I didn't know that.
Nice catch made by the second baseman DeWitt to retire Carpenter. And the Cardinals in the second. An 8-pitch, 1-2-3 inning for Zambrano.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
Eastern Iowa Community College's Viewpoint Series and the Quad Cities River Bandits invite you to join them for a day at the park with the Wizard. St. Louis Cardinals Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith will be appearing at Modern Woodman Field on Sunday, August 22nd at 5 p.m. to deliver an inspirational speech of wisdom, courage, and heart. Tickets for the event are just $15 for adults, $10 for students and military personnel, and children under 5 are free. Tickets are available through the River Bandits box office. We'll see you at the day at the park with the Wizard.
With our new Android-powered device, you get to build your own phone by customizing home screens with all kinds of apps, so your phone reflects your unique interests and lets you connect exactly the way you want. Choose from over 50,000 apps and browse the web faster with the Samsung Acclaim, exclusively from U.S. Cellular.
Now get a Samsung Acclaim Android-powered phone free when you buy one for $99.95.
U.S. Cellular. Believe in something better.
More Iowa Lottery games for less money. It's easy. Just ask for the Lotto 12 pack at your Iowa Lottery retailer. You'll get a week's worth of 3 great games with 6 big jackpot drawings. That's a $12 value. But for a limited time, you'll only pay $10. With the Lotto 12 pack, you're covered for all the big jackpot drawings for a week. The Lotto 12 pack from the Iowa Lottery. It's more for less, but only for a limited time.
The Chicago Bears preseason kicks off this Saturday at 8 against the San Diego Chargers. Catch your team, the Bears, on your station, Fox 18.
This fall, get to know Marshall and Lily, the perfect couple.
I'm just sitting here wearing my ring. Makes wearing other stuff seem wrong. My underwear? That's right, I'm not wearing it.
Guys, boundaries. How I Met Your Mother. Get into it 5 nights a week.
Weeknights at 10, starting September 13th on Fox 18.
Saturday Baseball on Fox is presented by Sprint. Sprint, the Now Network. Top of the 3rd inning in St. Louis, with the Cubs leading Chris Carpenter and the Cardinals 2-1. Cubs scoring 2 runs on 3 extra base hits in the 2nd inning. Top of the order for Chicago with Kosuke Fukudome leading off. Hit a screeching liner right back at Carpenter, leading off the game. And on the first pitch, fly ball left field. Holiday moving to his right, one away. So Fukudome is 0 for 2. And now the shortstop, Starlin Castro. Tim mentioned back in the first inning, entered this game needing only 17 plate appearances to qualify for the league leaderboard. And if he were to win the National League batting title, he would be the youngest batting champ in baseball history.
We'll try to explain that a little more fully at the end of a season.
Lines this one to center. Castro not helping his cause today. He's 0 for 2.
A position player at the end of the season must have 502 plate appearances to qualify for a batting title. Now, those plate appearances, the reason they phrase it as such, that includes walks and hit by pitches. Guy could have 402 at bats as an example and 100 walks and therefore qualify for a batting title.
Better 100 walks than 100 hit by pitches.
Yes. Yeah.
There's Derek Lee, grounded out to the second baseman Schumacher, his first time up. Youngest batting champions in the National League. We mentioned Al Kaline and Ty Cobb in the American League. Over in the National League, Pete Reiser, 1941. Hank Aaron in 56. And Stan Musial in 43. All three of those players had not yet turned 23.
Interestingly, that was the year in 1956 when the Milwaukee Braves almost won the pennant. They won in 57-58, but the Dodgers beat them the last week of the season. I don't believe there was a playoff that year. There was a playoff in 59 between the Dodgers and Milwaukee, but that was the only year that Henry Aaron ever won an MVP. Wow. 1956. Kind of hard to believe, and you have 755 home runs at the end of your career, and you've won an MVP title once.
Two from Carpenter, missing low and away, full count. There's Ramirez waiting on deck. Should lead reach. Ramirez with a solo shot in the second inning, which tied this game at 1, his 17th of the season. Playoff pitch to Derek Lee. Deep right field. Jay going back. He looks up. It's out of here. Into the Cardinals bullpen. Second home run of the game for the Cubs. Number 14 for Lee. It's now 3-1 Chicago.
Chicago Cubs are doing something that a lot of teams in the National League have not been able to do. That's centering the ball against Chris Carpenter. Ball Castro hit to center field, was hit hard. This ball is hit hard. Derek Lee not trying to pull the ball, just hits it hard the other way and puts the Cubs on top 3-1.
All 4 Cubs hits have gone for extra bases. 2 doubles, 2 home runs. Ramirez fouls it back over the screen, 1-1.
I'd like to correct something that I said. It was not 1956 that Henry Aaron won the MVP award. It was 1957. But that was his only MVP award throughout his career.
He hoped to win it in 56.
Yeah. Yeah, leading the league in hitting. Talk about centering a ball. I don't think I saw anybody ever do it better than Aaron.
Fastball missing away, 3-1.
Lou Burdette was traded to the St. Louis Cardinals in 1963, and he told me that he and Warren Spahn picked up one of Aaron's bats in June that he had used from the beginning of spring training.
Wow. Ramirez started down towards first, and the home plate umpire Bill Welke said, "Stay right here." Strike 2.
It's one of those balls that you're really not angry about because you're still hitting. That ball appeared to be outside.
Payoff pitch from Carpenter. Ramirez got a piece of it. Bill Welke's brother Tim is the crew chief working second base. Mike DeMuro at first. Jim Reynolds over at third.
Like a family outing for the Welkes today.
Another foul. There's Tim. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cubs leading the Cardinals 3-1. The first single of the game for the Cubs. Second hit for Ramirez today.
A lot of hitting coaches love for a hitter to go the other way after a home run, and Ramirez, after pulling a home run, singles to right field.
Why is that?
Well, the biggest reason is when you hit the ball the other way and you use the opposite field, your shoulder is in the good position. Sometimes when you hit a home run, you become enamored with your power. You pull the shoulder out and you do everything wrong as a hitter. But when you go the other way after hitting a home run, that means to a hitting instructor you're locked in.
Tyler Colvin struck out his first time up. Leads all Major League rookies in home runs with 18. Cubs with 2 home runs over the first 3 innings today. Chris Carpenter allowed 3 extra base hits in the second inning. First time he has done that since September of 2006.
My gosh. You wonder after that outing in Cincinnati when he didn't pitch, when he was spiked by Johnny Cueto in the back, if that is perhaps bothering him today. Not making excuses for him, but from what I understand, his back is not in good shape.
That was on Tuesday, one night after his last start in Cincinnati on Monday. .53 pitches, and he is not out of the third inning. Aramis Ramirez, the runner on first. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Cubs with a run on 2 hits in the inning, leading the Cardinals 3-1. Three and 2.
Seeing Carpenter over the years, he looks very, very deliberate out there. It's kind of anti-Carpenter-ish.
We'll take you back to the incident in Cincinnati on Tuesday. You saw Johnny Cueto, and there's Jason LaRue, who suffered the concussion. Carpenter kicked in the back by Cueto.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch. Popped up, foul territory. Molina gets rid of the mask, makes the catch to end the inning. The Cubs extend their lead on Derek Lee's 14th of the season. When we come back, we'll chat with Cubs skipper Lou Piniella.
in Dallas, everyone loves the Cowboys, which makes it odd that our neighbor is a Redskins fan. He got DirecTV, so now he can watch their games every Sunday. And that's fine. Live and let live. Right, baby? But I'm not so sure Troy Barkman is such a fan.
Only DirecTV lets you watch your favorite team wherever you live. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Our breakout session is going to be great. Got the Gecko t-shirt, 4 million drivers switched. Gecko water bottle, notebook, chamois.
Sir, I feel a little bit uncomfortable with all this. I mean, it's not about me. It should be about how Geico's the third largest car insurance company in the nation. Things like that.
Oh, of course. We're not going to get carried away.
Yeah, all right. As long as we don't overdo it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
We gave it a new fully boxed high-strength steel frame and hydraulic body mounts for a comfortable ride. Because the things you carry are even heavier than the things you haul. Introducing the new Chevy Silverado HD, the most powerful heavy-duty ever made.
I just got this breakfast muffin sandwich off the value menu from Burger King with more items than the McDonald's dollar menu. This was pretty smart, so I can be really dumb. Hit it!
Genius. Offset your stupid with the BK breakfast value menu. Items start at $1 each.
MasterChef, the summer's biggest new hit, is so huge, it's now 2 full hours on a new night, Fox Wednesday.
Is that clear? Yes, chef.
Be there when the top 14 amateur chefs face a challenge so incredible, we have to send in the troops.
All of you will be cooking for 400 Marines.
It's the ultimate battle of the kitchens.
Oh, my God. Oh, by the way, it's cooked perfectly.
And the most heartfelt MasterChef yet.
Enjoy it, because you deserve it. Thank you, and God bless.
MasterChef, 2 all-new hours on its new night, Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Welcome back. Cubs lead the Cardinals 3-1, bottom of the third inning, as Brendan Ryan steps in against Carlos Zambrano. Zambrano allowing a run on 2 hits in the first inning, retired the Cardinals in order in the second, missing high and away, ball 1. Ryan 0 for 8 lifetime against Zambrano. A 1-0 fastball in for strike 1.
A word was offered from our guys down in the truck who do such a great job. Bill Webb, headed by Bill Webb and Pete Macheska, offering that word lethargic to Chris Carpenter today. Now the Heat can do that, so we're not saying that because he's given up 2 home runs and 3 runs in the first 3 innings that Chris is suffering from the fight the other night. But the Heat, the combination of everything, could be the reason that he hasn't been sharp so far.
A leadoff single for Brendan Ryan here in the bottom of the third inning. We spoke between innings with Cubs manager Lou Piniella, and we started off by asking Lou how his 90-year-old mom is doing down in Tampa.
She's doing much better. Thanks for asking. I was able to go home for 4 days. I'm very appreciative. The Cub organization gave me that opportunity, and we got some things done there, and we got my mom home. Let's hope she stays there.
Lou, you're getting thunder from the middle of your lineup today.
Yeah, that's something that we've been looking for. Derek hit the ball over the right field wall with 2 strikes. Ramirez jumped on that ball first pitch and hit it over the left center field wall. So far, so good.
I know it's been a frustrating year for the Cubs, but talk about some of the young players who are developing, like Castro and Colvin.
Well, we've got quite a few of them here. I think 10 or 11 rookies as we speak. We've got 4 position players, and we've got 6 or 7 pitchers. And Castro, after he gets a few more bats, he's going to be battling for a batting title. Colvin is a talented young guy. He's got to learn the strike zone a little bit. He expands it from time to time, but you know, he's got good pop in his bat, and he's going to be a good everyday player up here for a long time. And some of our young pitchers, they've got some promise too. But I'll tell you what, it's hard with that young pitching. You just don't know what you're going to get from day to day, and you've got to be patient with it.
And in 10 seconds or less, your thoughts on Zambrano over the first 2 innings?
He's been throwing the ball fine. This is his second start. The first one in San Francisco, he walked quite a few hitters, but his command seems a lot better.
Okay, thanks, Lou.
Thanks,
Lou. Always fun to spend time around Lou, former colleague of ours at Fox, a terrific player, World Series winning manager with the Cincinnati Reds back in 1990. His final season in the dugout. He announced that earlier this year, his 4th and final season with the Cubs.
One of the great talents of a good raconteur is he can put you in the story, and that's exactly what Lou does. He's one of the better storytellers around.
His friends down in Tampa excited to get him back next year. He told us most of his good buddies have already been retired for 5 or 6 years. They're waiting for him to come home.
Now, Lou saying that his last year as a player, he was 41 years old. He went 0 for 5 his last year, and when he took off his uniform, he never had any desire to come back and play.
Lopez pops it up, shallow left field, into the glove of Colvin, 1 away.
So Lou Piniella goes 0 for 5. He said that he did drive in the winning run in his last game, but he hit to a double play to end his career. He had a terrific career and was a very, very good clutch hitter for the Yankees for a long, long time. In fact, Lou Piniella was the American League Rookie of the Year in 1969 for Kansas City.
.291 career batting average, played in just under 2,000 games. Among active managers, he is 4th on the all-time wins list, behind Tony La Russa, Bobby Cox, and Joe Torre. John Jay singled his first time up, came around to score on a Matt Holliday sacrifice fly. Of course, Bobby Cox has announced that this will be his final season. Who knows where Joe Torre will be next year, right? Tony La Russa watching this game from a suite, although it will count on his record, win or lose.
In 1981, when the Yankees played the Dodgers, first 2 games were at Yankee Stadium. And once I signed professionally, I never saw a game from the stands until the first 2 games of that World Series. I saw them with Jim Cott, and we were seated in right field.
Ryan goes, bounce to the third baseman, Ramirez. Cardinals stay out of the double play. Nobody's covering third. So Ryan goes from first to third on the John Jay ground out.
That's one of those situations, I guess if you really split hairs, you could say that the catcher had to cover third and the pitcher would cover home. But it's one of those situations where there's nobody there to cover. The shortstop's over towards second base, along with the second baseman.
Reminiscent of Johnny Damon in the postseason last year for the Yankees.
Yeah, my point was Jim Cott and I sat in the stands in right field, and we heard all of the retorts from Lou Piniella to the crowd of everybody getting on him, if they dared get on him, because he would one-up all of them.
So what did you and Jim yell at him?
No, we didn't say anything. We knew better.
Albert Pujols doubled his first time up. You pay for the tickets that night?
No.
Congratulations.
What a tacky question that was. It's a good thing you didn't ask Piniella a question like that. What do you mean, did I pay for the tickets? I did not.
Just checking. Ramirez. And the Cardinals are retired in the third. Tim didn't pay for his seat today either.
Full disclosure on this telecast.
Everybody tells him Dude, your car. Oh, that's okay. Here, watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Oh, hey, Kim.
Who is that guy? That's my agent, Rich. Can I try? Yeah, go for it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. With a hot guy.
What's up?
This could work. Who's also sensitive.
He's a rescue.
But has a dark side.
Yo.
Hello.
Hey, dark side. Get your feet off the car.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at whyagent.com.
Give yourself an edge. New One-A-Day Men's Pro Edge. A complete multivitamin with more magnesium to help support healthy muscle function. More B vitamins to help convert food to fuel. More confidence in a healthy you. New One-A-Day Men's Pro Edge.
Denny's has 3 delicious new skillets starting at just $3.99. You hear that sizzling? It's the money you just saved burning a hole in your pocket. Just kidding, it's the new skillets.
At Toyota, we care about your safety. That's why we're investing $1 million every hour to improve our technology and your safety. It's an investment that's helped Toyota earn multiple top safety pick awards for 2010 by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. No other brand has won more. These top safety picks and all our new safety innovations are available at toyota.com/safety.
Lowe's is the only home improvement store with Stainmaster. We checked.
Oh, excuse me, do you have Stainmaster?
We got Stain Captain. He's pretty good.
So we're really glad we came to Lowe's and met Lynn here.
And because Lowe's has a huge carpet selection, we were able to find the perfect Stainmaster carpet that fit right into their budget. Stainmaster stays up to 30% cleaner and lasts up to 50% longer than other carpets. And right now, we have home installation for only $39.
Lynn's the carpet master.
Just don't call me the carpet captain.
Experience. Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Today's game is sponsored by State Farm with 17,000 agents. We've got the best lineup in the game. By Lowe's. Lowe's, let's build something together. And by One-A-Day Men's, the official multivitamin of Major League Baseball, specially formulated for men. Back in St. Louis on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. There's Lou along with some of the youngsters in the Cubs dugout.
That's Alan Trammell, the bench coach who, as you mentioned, managed 4 games, and obviously there's more teaching by bench coaches and managers and coaches in general when you have a younger team. It stands to reason.
Fastball high and tight.
Pardon me, Kenny. Alan Trammell also had to be talking to the middle infielders, perhaps. I don't know. That's a tough play because Ramirez has to come in on the play. On a bunt play, if this were a bunt where Ramirez came in, the catcher would be responsible for covering third base. But on that play, it's kind of hard to fault the shortstop, even though the shortstop wasn't the guy who was going to go to second anyway to receive the throw had Ramirez elected to go there.
Ground ball to the third baseman, Lopez. Fires across to retire Bird, 1 away. Well, teams around the league are competing for a $200,000 Pepsi Refresh grant. Vote for your team's idea at PepsiRefresh.mlb.com. With 1 away, here's Blake DeWitt, grounded out to the first baseman Pujols. Back in the second inning. Cubs with 3 runs on 5 base hits, including 4 extra base hits off Chris Carpenter. Carpenter with a record of 13-3, 9-2 here at Busch Stadium this season. 9th in the National League in earned run average. But behind in this game, 3-1. Pitching coach Dave Duncan. Manager by committee for the Cardinals today. Duncan, Joe Patini, the bench coach, Dave McKay, and Jose Oquendo. Tony La Russa sitting upstairs. We met with Tony earlier. He said, I can second guess all day long.
Great line.
Two, and DeWitt is down on strikes. Second strikeout for Carpenter. Time for a DirecTV game break. DirecTV, the only way to watch every Major League Baseball game in HD. We take it to San Francisco. Top of the first inning. Padres and Giants. Chase Headley with an RBI double off Madison Bumgarner. Gary Hairston Jr. scores. They are now in the fourth. Padres looking to win their 6th consecutive game and extend their lead in the National League West. Call 1-800-DirecTV. As you saw on the pregame with Chris Rose, former Cardinal Ryan Ludwig scored the game-winning run for the San Diego Padres last night in San Francisco. That one gets away from Carpenter.
Now, Chris Carpenter is really battling himself this afternoon, and as we said, we don't know whether it's the heat or the wounds in his back, but he is not himself today. It's certainly understandable because this is his first appearance since that fight on Tuesday night, so you really don't know what you're going to get. Normally, we talked about Cardinal consistency for Carpenter. But today, you could tell by his movement, twisting his torso.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bounce foul to the left of first. Coy Hill doubled in a run in the second inning. Cubs scored their other 2 runs on solo home runs. Aramis Ramirez in the second, Derek Lee in the third. Pitch number 72 from Carpenter. Terrific play by Pujols. And he will beat Hill to the bag. Carpenter retires the Cubs in order in the 4th. Middle of the 4th in St. Louis. Still 3-1 Chicago.
There are engines, and then there's the twin turbocharging, 365 horsepower generating EcoBoost engine in the Taurus Show from Ford that has the thirst of a V6 with the thrust of a V8. The most innovative full-size sedan in America is now highest ranked in initial quality. The Taurus Show from Ford. Drive one.
It's me, the Lime. Welcome to the Taco Bell Cantina Taco. Marinara steak, cilantro, and me, your host to a new taco experience. And that deserves respect. The whole new taco awaits from Taco Bell.
Droid. This droid has evolved to do even more. Now it integrates your work email so you can be hooked up to everything you need to do. Now it does 1 gigahertz speed on a more intuitive keyboard. Turning you into an instrument of efficiency. Introducing the new Droid 2 by Motorola, part of the next generation of does.
Bob's a little PO'd. New family moved in down the block from San Fran, and they got DirecTV to watch them 49ers every week. But that's no excuse not to be neighborly. I brought him over a party platter this morning.
You're very tolerant, Lorraine.
Only DirecTV lets you watch your favorite team wherever you live. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
It's a season of historic pitching performances where any game can turn into an absolute gem. And with this year's batch of aces, doing whatever it takes to reach the postseason.
This is a year of the pitcher.
It's never been more important to keep your eye on the ball.
Unbelievable.
This is beyond belief. This is beyond baseball.
The NFL is back with 2 Fox preseason specials beginning this Thursday as Tom Brady and the Patriots take on the Falcons. Then on Friday, it's the Eagles without Donovan McNabb. They will visit the Cincinnati Bengals. Both games start at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific in high definition only on Fox.
The Eagles without McNabb and the Bengals with Owens, right?
Yes, with Terrell Owens and Chad Ochocinco. Matt Holliday with a drive, deep right field. And Fukudome, what a catch up against the wall.
Well, that's a big league play right there. Fukudome playing a moderate depth for Holliday. Made the catch, slams into the Fox Sports sign. Fine play. That fence is padded up to the top of the Fox Sports sign. Then there's no padding there right around where his head was, but he appears to be okay. Nice play.
Jason Bay of the New York Mets made a similar catch in Los Angeles in left field a couple of weeks ago. Played the next day, but has been out with a concussion ever since.
Right.
But a fine play by Fukudome, who was a 4-time Gold Glove Award winner in Japan.
How about the New York Mets last night, winning 1-0 over the Phillies? The Philadelphia Phillies have not scored a run in New York this year. 4 games, shut out all 4 games by the Mets. Unbelievable.
And the only hit for the Phillies last night, 1-2 now on Rasmus, came off the bat of their starting pitcher, Cole Hamels. The Mets have still not pitched a no-hitter in their history.
35 one-hitters in over 7,000 games played by the Mets. No no-hitters, 35 one-hitters.
R.A. Dickey with the one-hitter last night. As we take you around the major leagues, Chipper Jones underwent surgery, out for the season. And Jose Guillen dealt from the Royals to the San Francisco Giants. So Guillen goes from 18 out in the American League Central to only 3.5 out in the NL West.
Picked up 13.5 games in one day.
Pretty good.
It's hard to do. It's kind of like those 10 RBIs I was talking about earlier.
2-2 on Rasmus. Getting back to the Mets for 1 second. That 1-0 victory last night, their major league leading 18th shutout of the season. They have won 58 games, 18 via shutout. Rasmus called out on strikes. Second strikeout for Zambrano. Rasmus the victim both times.
Tailing fastball, that pitch started inside. It came in over the inside corner.
So with 2 away, here's Yadier Molina. One more note on that Mets win last night. The last pitcher to throw a complete game one-hitter in a 1-0 victory, with the only hit coming off the bat of a pitcher, Sandy Koufax, back in 1960 in a game against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we looked it up. Sandy only had 2 one-hitters for his career. Twice as many no-hitters, including 1 perfect game.
Cardinals with a no-hitter 39 years ago today. Bob Gibson in Pittsburgh.
That was Bob's only no-hitter.
August 14th, 1971. Cardinals won that game 11-0.
Jack Buck, who announced in this town for 48 years, said that Bob Gibson was the greatest athlete he had ever seen. And Jack was the voice of CBS at the time also. He worked also for NBC doing football games. I don't think anybody who saw Gibson and Gibson's career here in St. Louis from 1959 through 1975 would disagree with that comment.
You would know as well as anybody.
Yeah, he was something.
Molina drew a 2-out walk, so here is Skip Schumacher. Bounce to short his first time up.
Zambrano almost picked Derek Lee off and frightened Yadier Molina.
And you saw Carlos smiling about it on the mound.
Yeah.
Luke Pidell told us Zambrano has had a wonderful attitude since returning. I saw an interview with Carlos last week. He was very open, honest, frank about his situation. Said he learned a lot during the anger management sessions. Zambrano looking for his first win since June 20th. He has the highest career winning percentage as a starting pitcher in the history of the Cubs franchise.
Even better than Ferguson Jenkins.
Ground ball to the second baseman DeWitt. And the Cardinals are retired in the fourth. 2 home runs for the Cubs. So far, so good for Zambrano.
People don't just come to GE Capital for money. They come to us for help. At GE Capital, we've been financing Taylor guitars for over 8 years, helping them build a strong dealer network, bringing music to people. I like that.
I didn't know you could play.
I didn't either.
It's gonna work. I don't think it will. Dad? It's time. You'd be a really nice catch for somebody. Please?
Just for Men takes 5 easy minutes, targets only the gray hair, and can start something great.
Yes!
Just for Men. Introducing Just for Men shampoo for color-treated hair. No shampoo does more to protect your color, so it looks great longer. Just for Men shampoo.
I just got this breakfast muffin sandwich off the value menu from Burger King with more items than the McDonald's dollar menu. This was pretty smart, so I can be really dumb. Hit it!
Genius. Offset your stupid with the BK breakfast value menu. Items start at $1 each.
The energy drink for your feet. ZigTech. I get more train, less pain.
New York. Just the city I was looking for. And I can get there on the 8:15 for not bad. I should buy now. Time for a little pre-tour scouting. Impressive. All the best museums have columns. Wow, that's big. Look at the size of those ribs. Oh, ribs. Delicious, wood-fired. Perfect. Now, after lunch.
Bing and decide.
Pick a stat, pick a player. Build your baseball hot streak. Correctly pick 10 straight. Win a Fox Sports baseball cap. You could join hundreds of others who are already wearing theirs. The current longest streak is 17, held by Johnny Rocket. Get your streak started today. Win yourself a hat or some cash at foxsports.com/fantasy. It's Carlos Zambrano leading off for the Cubs. Top of the 5th inning. Grounded out to short his first time up. And Zambrano sends this one into left field for his 7th hit of the season. We talked about his hitting prowess earlier.
High curveball from Carpenter. Very few pitchers in the National League who get 2 curveballs to start off. But there's Carpenter up with the curveball again. And that has been more the norm this afternoon. Chris has certainly had better stuff.
Zambrano batting from the left side against Carpenter. He's a switch hitter. One of 3 pitchers in all of baseball, along with Wandy Rodriguez and Chris Medlin, who have switch hit this season. So the Cubs with a leadoff base runner here in the 5th. Fukudome 0 for 2, made a terrific defensive play in the last half inning, robbing Matt Holliday of a base hit.
Not trying to make too much out of it, but this is Chris Carpenter before that high curveball to Zambrano. Just looks like he is out of sorts this afternoon, and as we said earlier, it would certainly be understandable with his injury and the fact that it's hot. Combination of the two, bad combo for a pitcher.
91 degrees at game time today. Kicked in the back by Johnny Cueto of the Reds on Tuesday. Trailing the Cubs 3-1 this afternoon. 2-2 on Fukudome. Cubs lead the Cardinals 3-1. Zambrano the runner on first. And Castro waiting on deck.
Cardinals and the Reds will play each other one more series this year. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th of September.
Bounce to the right side. Pujols steps on first. Zambrano caught the rundown. And he is tagged out. Ryan using his speed to chase down Zambrano.
Well, Zambrano stops. That's a good play when you stop, hoping that there'll be a quick throw from the first baseman. But Pujols and his instincts for the game between the lines, unmatched in baseball. That's why a runner would stop right there. Pretty nifty base running by Zambrano, not known for that.
He usually runs around the bases after a base hit. 20 career home runs.
Right.
How about Jake Westbrook, the winning pitcher last night, first win as a Cardinal? Said it was the first time he's ever reached third base in his major league career. He said he had never stood on third base as a major leaguer.
Not even during batting practice. Well, you've heard that expression, you can't get to first base with someone. Jake finally made it to third.
Castro with a ground ball to the shortstop Ryan, and that will do it for the Cubs. In the 5th, a 9-pitch 5th for Chris Carpenter, who will lead off when we return.
Everyone deserves to be safe. That's why every new Toyota comes with the Star Safety System, standard. It's a combination of 5 accident avoidance technologies.
The Star Safety System is something that's standard on 100% of Toyota vehicles. We always think of safety, even in the concept design of our vehicles.
The Star Safety System, standard. Because we know there's nothing more important to you than your safety. All our new safety features are at toyota.com/safety.
Pepsi Max, please.
Good song.
Great song.
So, Pepsi Max has 0 calories, huh?
Yep.
How many calories?
0.
0?
0.
What are you doing?
YouTube.
Oh.
Pepsi Max. 0 calories. Maximum Pepsi taste.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! Hey, man, how you doing? How's your shave?
Kind of like tugging and pulling.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing the revolutionary new Fusion Pro Glide.
It glides, like literally.
Now Fusion Pro Glide has been engineered with Gillette's thinnest blades ever, so it glides for less tug and pull. Turns shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. New Fusion Pro Glide. And warm up before you shave for incredible comfort with new Pro Series Thermal Scrub.
First is fast. First is 4G, but plays nice with 3G as well. First has an 8-megapixel HD camera and can stream live video to the web. First has an HDMI out. First shares Wi-Fi with 8 devices at once. First is not Stephen First, who played Flounder in Animal House. First has a kickstand for watching video. What will you do first with Evo, the first 4G phone? Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
Fox Saturday Baseball is presented by Sprint, the Now Network. Back in St. Louis, Kenny Albert, Tim McCarver. Log on to statefarm.com/go-to-bat. Cubs lead the Cardinals 3-1. With Chris Carpenter leading off for St. Louis. Carpenter, Ryan, and Lopez for the Cardinals here in the 5th. Two from Zambrano, low and away. Carpenter robbed of a base hit by the second baseman Blake DeWitt, his first time up. Zambrano has allowed only one hit since the first inning. Moving to his left, the shortstop Castro. Tires Carpenter, he's 0 for 2. Well, ever wish more people would go to bat for you and the things you care about? Log on to statefarm.com/go-to-bat. Let State Farm help you go to bat for the charity of your choice.
Tell you, the Chicago Cub fans are going to be looking at Starlin Castro for a long, long time. He is so much fun to see move around at that shortstop position. He's hit 2 balls right on the nose today in 3 trips to the plate. Has nothing to show for it, but he is some good-looking player. I was interested in Lou Pinella's comments before the game. Lou said, you know, Starlin, we can give you a day off. And Starlin had a very revealing comment. He said, when you're poor, you don't take days off. Coming from a very poor background in the Dominican Republic.
He barely takes an inning off.
Yeah, that's
ever
right.
Since he was recalled in May by the Cubs.
I mean,
he's played more innings, Tim, than any other National League shortstop.
Yeah, well, for that reason, I mean, how many major league players, even if they're from the Dominican Republic, have the wherewithal and the modesty and the humble attitude to make a comment like that?
Running catch by Fukudome. So Brendan Ryan is retired. Now 2 away here in the Cardinals' 5th. Saturday Baseball on Fox, presented by Sprint, returns next week. These Cubs will host the Braves. Buck Showalter's Orioles home for the Texas Rangers. And the Angels visit the Twins. Coverage begins at 4 Eastern. Check local listings for the game in your area.
Not too often that you have a chance to see 2 teams meet where both managers have already announced they're not coming back the following year. And we'll have that next week when Atlanta visits the Cubbies on the north side of Chicago.
Bobby Cox will remain on as a consultant with the Braves. Lou Piniella told us he's going to enjoy the time off. Do some fishing, do some traveling.
Fishing in Alaska, something he's never been able to do because of the baseball season. Fishing in Nova Scotia, Maine.
Spent time with the grandchildren, which he had a chance to do a little bit this week when he was home visiting his mom down in Tampa.
My guess is after a year, he'll be back somewhere. Maybe not as a manager, probably as a consultant. Highly respected by the Steinbrenner family and the Yankees. Respected everywhere he's been. Seattle, winning seasons.
He's done just about everything there is to do in the game of baseball. Player, manager, general manager, broadcaster. And he's done them all very well. Lopez draws a 2-out walk. 1,832 wins. 2 World Series titles as a player with the Yankees. Led the Reds to the 1990 World Series title.
Wire to wire that year. Sweeping Tony La Russa's Oakland Athletics in the World Series.
John Jay takes strike 1. Jay 1 for 2, scored the Cardinals' only run back in the first inning. Lou and Tony, of course, both grew up in Tampa. Knew each other as youngsters.
Yep.
Played baseball with and against one another.
Fathers knew one another.
Just out of the reach of Castro. Second base hit of the game for John Jay.
La Russa, on the other hand, is 3rd in all-time wins, and I have one question for you. Does that 3rd in all-time wins, does last night victory count?
Yes.
It does.
It does.
Even if you're suspended.
It does count on his record.
Yeah. I thought it would. That was kind of a rhetorical question. But if you're suspended, I mean, technically you're not the manager. Should go on Joe Patini's record. Huh, Joe?
Well, Tony does make out the lineup card. He's allowed in his office in the clubhouse before the game.
Yeah.
I'm sure Joe would love the win on his record.
Yeah. Joe Patini, in fact, hit 1 home run as a major league player. When he was playing with the Giants in 1980, he hit it against the Chicago Cubs.
Wow.
It's rare that you see Pujols look this bad on a ball sinking out of the strike zone.
So Joe is 394 behind Albert.
Yep.
A 1-2. Ball back this way. Pujols doubled in the first, rounded out in the third. 29 home runs this season, second in the National League. Adam Dunn of the Nationals has 31. 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-2. Nice diving stop by Ramirez, but he lost the handle on it. And the bases are full of Cardinals.
I think this will go as a base hit. Fine play by Ramirez. It is a hit. He couldn't make the transfer to the bare hand. And Pujols with his second hit. You can see the runner, primarily Felipe Lopez, stopping at third base.
So after Zambrano retired the first 2 Cardinals in this inning, a walk to Lopez, back-to-back singles by Jay and Pujols. So now Matt Holliday steps in with the bases loaded. Cardinals have hit 2 grand slams this week, both in Cincinnati. Schumacher and Rasmus.
2 firsts as grand slams.
First time ever that 2 Cardinals hit their first career grand slam in the same series. Ramirez, another fine play. So Holliday grounds out to the third baseman with the bases loaded, and the Cardinals strand 3 in the 5th. Part of the order due up for the Cubs. When we return, they lead the Cardinals 3-1.
At Amway Global, our positive outlook comes naturally. We harvest healthy plant ingredients from our own organic farms, ingredients found in our Nutrilite supplements, and offer more than 450 quality products, from planet-positive cleaners to botanically infused skincare. Positivity, powering the products, the people, and the businesses of Amway Global. To learn more, contact an Amway Global independent business owner.
Bob's a little PO'd. New family moved in down the block from San Fran, and they got DirecTV to watch them 49ers every week. But that's no excuse not to be neighborly. I brought him over a party platter this morning.
You're very tolerant, Lorraine.
Only DirecTV lets you watch your favorite team wherever you live. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Beer and wine and cupcakes. I was doing the corporate grind like everyone else. But to be successful, I knew I had to be different. Ink, 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 ink. I mean, I love that card. It does things differently, too. Great customer service, going above and beyond to help me out as a small business. It's accepted in twice as many places around the world as American Express. And if I ever need to give my employees ink cards, they're free.
Make your mark with ink. Chase what matters. Go to chase.com/ink.
We gave it a new fully boxed high-strength steel frame and hydraulic body mounts for a comfortable ride. Because the things you carry are even heavier than the things you haul. Introducing the new Chevy Silverado HD, the most powerful heavy-duty ever made.
Today's game is sponsored by Denny's 2468 Value Menu. All day, every day. By DirecTV, watch your favorite team wherever you live, only on DirecTV. And by Chevrolet, every model is backed by a 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain limited warranty. Cubs leading Chris Carpenter and the Cardinals 3-1. Derek Lee went deep his last time up. His 14th home run of the season back in the 3rd inning. Ramirez with a solo shot for the Cubs in the 2nd off Carpenter, who allowed 3 extra base hits in 1 inning for the first time since 2006. Lee, Ramirez, and Colvin, the 3-4-5 hitters for the Cubs here in the 6th inning, and for the season, Cub hitters in those spots batting just .253, which is last in the National League. Long run for Pujols and Molina, and it lands in the camera well to the left of the Cardinals dugout. Yadier Molina, Tim, starting his career-high 18th consecutive game behind the plate for St. Louis. Mentioned his backup, Jason LaRue, on the disabled list. Cardinals brought up Stephen Hill from Double-A. He's the backup catcher. Tony La Russa told us that when Yadier feels he needs a day off, he will give him one. Cardinals do have an off day on Monday, so even if Molina does catch tomorrow, he would have Monday off. 18 consecutive starts. No, it doesn't sound like much to you. How many in a row did you start at one point?
You had to be young, believe me. I started 96 games in a row here in St. Louis. It was either 63 or 64, but it was a long time ago.
Including numerous doubleheaders.
Yes, I think that included 13 doubleheaders. In those days, of course, in the early 60s, it was customary for baseball teams to play doubleheaders on Sunday and then have Monday off. So those off days were much appreciated by catchers.
What'd you do on Mondays after those twin bills?
Slept.
Go to sleep Sunday night, wake up on Tuesday.
That's right.
Payoff pitch to Lee, and that is strikeout number 3 for Carpenter.
It looked like a cut fastball that will go away from Derek Lee. Derek didn't pick it up. That'll bring up Aramis Ramirez. But when you think of Carpenter, you think of Wainsworth. You talked about earlier, of Wainwright, Adam Wainwright, and Jaime Garcia.
Ramirez swinging at the first pitch once again, but this one will stay in the ballpark. Catch is made by the center fielder Rasmus for out number 2.
Those 3 starting pitchers for the Cardinals, 40 and 12 on the year. That's the first time this late in the season since 1968 when the Cardinals had Bob Gibson, Nelson Briles, and Steve Carlton, all with an earned run average under 3. And that, of course, the year that Bob Gibson had the 1.12 earned run average. That is a little more than 1 run every 9 innings, which is the greatest season from an earned run average standpoint in the history of baseball.
How about Carpenter and Wainwright against their division over the last 2 years? Against the National League Central, they are a combined 36 and 5.
Wow.
Wainwright 11-0 at home this year. So they have combined to go 20-2 here at Busch Stadium. Lopez charging. Throws out Colvin to end the inning. Cubs retired in order in the 6th.
The guys who drive a heavy-duty truck have some heavy-duty demands. Like enough horsepower and torque to get out of just about any situation. A payload that beats the other guys flat out. A frame sturdy enough to bear up a max towing capacity that's over 10 tons. And a braking system tough enough to bring it all to a stop. Heavy-duty demands. Gentlemen, your truck is ready.
Air has no prejudice.
It does not carry the opinions of a man faster than those of a woman.
Does not filter out an idea.
Because I'm 16
and not 30.
So it stands to reason my ideas will be powerful if they are wise.
Infectious if they are worthy.
If my thoughts have flawless delivery, I can lead the army that will follow.
Rule the air. Verizon.
Right now, buy a BlackBerry smartphone and get a second one free, like the Curve, only at Verizon.
Start your engine.
Help you?
Yes, I hear Progressive has lots of discounts on car insurance. Can I get in on that?
Are you a safe driver?
Yes.
Discount. Do you own a home?
Yes.
Discount. Are you gonna buy online?
Yes.
Discount. Isn't getting discounts great?
Yes.
There's no discount for agreeing with me.
Yeah, I got carried away.
It happens to me all the time.
Helping you save money. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
With Denny's new $2, $4, $6, $8 value menu, you can get 16 different wallet-pleasing meals for $2, $4, $6, and $8 all day, every day. And now you can choose from 3 new sizzling skillets starting at just $3.99.
Major League Baseball is proud to stand up to cancer. Visit standuptocancer.org to learn how you can help in the fight against cancer. Cubs leading the Cardinals 3-1, bottom of the 6th inning with Colby Rasmus leading off. He has struck out twice against Carlos Zambrano this afternoon. He's 1 for 9 lifetime against Zambrano. Rasmus will be followed by Molina and then Schumacher. Cardinals scored their run in the 1st inning. John Jay single to left. Albert Pujols doubled, and then Matt Holliday drove in Jay with a sacrifice fly. Cubs with 2 runs in the 2nd, a run in the 3rd. Ramos Ramirez and Derek Lee with solo shots off Chris Carpenter. Cardinals won the series opener last night 6-3. One-two to Rasmus. Rasmus, Tim, last night walked 4 times. No official at-bats. Different story today.
He struck out twice today, so he has not been on base here in St. Louis in the last 2 games. Or put a ball in play. Fastball inside. We asked Lou Piniella how many pitches Zambrano would throw today. He said about 90 to 95. A little over 80 right now, 81 to be exact.
Threw 95 on Monday in San Francisco. Tied his career high with 7 walks in that game. He has walked 2 Cardinals today. Rasmus strikes out for the 3rd time. And it is time now for another DirecTV game break. DirecTV, the only way to watch every Major League Baseball game in HD. Ryan Mattis on the mound for the Orioles, and Kelly Shopik takes him deep with the bases loaded. A grand slam home run. 2nd homer of the season for Shopik. The Rays lead the Orioles 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Orioles coming into play today 9-2 under their new manager Buck Showalter. Rays 2 behind the Yankees, who lost in Kansas City last night after a long rain delay. So the Rays, in come from behind fashion, now lead the Orioles 5-3. Third manager of the season in Baltimore, following Dave Tremblay and Juan Samuel. Castro from behind second, throws out Molina for out number 2.
Well, I mean, common sense will tell you that I don't think Buck Showalter would say, well, I'm doing something totally different than Juan Samuel did when he managed as the interim manager, taking over for Dave Tremblay earlier in the year. I mean, some of it shocks the team, I think, by having a new manager. It's something you really can't explain, but I mean, what's Buck Showalter done? You can't come into a situation like that and work miracles. Even though, you know, in New England, they're still talking about the job Joe Morgan did in 1989, I believe, when he came in, took over the Red Sox. And Morgan Mania they had in Boston and at Fenway Park.
Marcus Mateo in the Cubs pen.
Yeah, it has not reached that stage in Baltimore yet, but you get the drift.
Mitchell Boggs up and throwing for the Cardinals. Chris Carpenter waiting on deck. Should Schumacher reach 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs leading the Cardinals 3-1. Tony La Russa watching from upstairs, serving the 2nd and final game of his suspension following the incident in Cincinnati on Tuesday. There's Tony. A 2-out base hit for Schumacher. Chris Carpenter looks over into the dugout, and what does he see? Randy Winn coming out to bat for him. Randy Winn started the season with the Yankees. He's 2 for 18 as a pinch hitter this year, and he has played more games as pitching coach Larry Rothschild out for a visit with Zambrano. Randy Winn has played more games in his major league career than any other active player who has never gone to the postseason. 1,678 games. And right now he's a member of a first place ball club here in St. Louis.
That's contrary to his best friend, who is Steve Nash, basketball player. They played basketball together at Santa Clara, I believe. And Steve Nash has gone on to postseason fame with the Phoenix Suns, and he's been the MVP twice in the NBA, right?
And he was one of the torchbearers back in February at the Winter Olympics, the opening ceremonies in Vancouver, in his native country. Randy Winn was once compensation for Lou Piniella. When Lou left Seattle, went to Tampa Bay, Randy went the other way.
Yep.
So Randy Winn pinch hitting for Chris Carpenter. With 2 outs, Schumacher on at first. The Carpenter goes 6 innings, 94 pitches, allowing 3 runs, including 2 home runs. But something did not seem right.
Yep.
As we've talked about throughout this game. Schumacher now in scoring position following the wild pitch.
Catchers are always fooled by fastball wild pitches in the dirt, and the reason for that is they don't anticipate that. You're always looking for the breaking ball in the dirt. You go down with it. So much easier to block. But fastballs, they can scoot by you, and that's what happened to Coy Hill.
Two-one to Win. Line drive, base hit right field. Around third, Schumacher. The throw from Fukudome. Initially, Schumacher did not touch the plate. Goes back. Does so before the tag attempt by Hill. It's now a 1-run game.
And you know the catcher can't see that. So it's up to the pitcher backing up home plate to tell the catcher that the runner didn't touch home plate. Watch the catcher. Coy Hill can't see that he doesn't touch home plate. The only guy who can see that is Carlos Zambrano. So it's got to be Zambrano to make the call to go back and tag, in this case, Schumacher out. Watch, see, the first time he misses home plate, or at least thought he did.
Touched it the second time, and that will be all for Carlos Zambrano. Marcus Mateo coming in from the Cubs pen. Cubs leading by 1, runner on second, 2 outs.
Well, before we came to Lowe's, we tried another paint to cover our striped living room walls. We were told it would cover easily. Thankfully, Samantha here told us about high-def color.
I just told them about our new high-def signature color from Valspar.
The built-in primer gives you excellent coverage. Plus, it's our fastest, most durable paint with superior color accuracy.
I'm guessing you don't miss the stripes?
We don't miss the stripes.
Experience. Lowe's. Let's build something together. Come into Lowe's for $5 off Valspar Signature Colors paint with high-def color.
Welcome to the world of Laveza, where nature meets science. If you have high cholesterol, high blood pressure, or diabetes, you may also have very high triglycerides, too much fat in the blood. It's a serious medical condition. Laveza, along with diet, effectively lowers very high triglycerides in adults, but has not been shown to prevent heart attacks or strokes. Laveza starts with omega-3 fish oil that's then purified and concentrated. It's the only omega-3 medication that's FDA approved. You can't get it at a health food store.
Laveza isn't right for everyone. Tell your doctor if you're allergic to fish, have other medical conditions, and about any medications you're taking, especially those that may increase risk of bleeding. Blood tests are needed before and during treatment. In some, LDL or bad cholesterol may increase. Possible side effects include burping, infection, flu-like symptoms, upset stomach, and change in sense of taste.
Ask your doctor about Laveza, the prescription that starts in the sea.
There are engines, and then there's the twin turbocharging, 365 horsepower generating EcoBoost engine in the Taurus Show from Ford that has the thirst of a V6 with the thrust of a V8. The most innovative full-size sedan in America is now highest ranked in initial quality. The Taurus Show from Ford. Drive one.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
26-year-old right-hander Marcus Mateo out of the bullpen to make his third Major League appearance all this week. There's Brendan Ryan as Mateo was taking his warm-up throws.
Talking to Mark McGuire, the hitting instructor, giving him a few tips. Big Mac back with the Cardinals.
Ryan swings at the first pitch from Mateo, and he flies out to Bird in center field. Cardinals score a run, 6 innings in the books. It's now 3-2 Cubs.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
Freedom. We built this country on it. But what happens when someone takes away your freedoms? It's happening right now to your food. Learn more at choosetochoose.com. Sign the pledge to win $1,000 in free groceries. Stand up for food freedom.
People love Culver's Double Butterburger Deluxe, but I can't take credit for Mom's creation.
Peanut butter and jelly? Bologna.
Here you go, Craigie.
Fresh beef, never frozen. Seared on a grill. Topped with real Wisconsin cheese on a lightly buttered bun. Thank you, Mom.
That's when I knew someday it would be everyone's favorite. Dad may tell it differently. And don't forget about our 8 complete meals, each under $4.
I'm all about saving a buck. That's why I switched to Mediacom phone with unlimited nationwide calling, plus 13 calling features. Included, with the phone company, I got...
Insert $1.50 to call your mother, $5 for caller ID, $5...
Call now and get the Mediacom value plan. With 2 years of savings on Mediacom phone with unlimited nationwide calling and 13 calling features. Just $24.95 a month for the first year.
Now that has a nice ring to it.
Call 1-800-CABLE-TV.
To test the speed of our nationwide 3G network, we had Mike Whalen from our ad agency connect with U.S. Cellular customers across the country. Mike sent a video to Elizabeth D. from Portland, texted Roger C. from Charleston, browsed Ashley B.'s Facebook page in Seattle, posted pics to Lindsay M. from Albuquerque, and did it all 10 times faster on our nationwide 3G network. Don't just connect to people and information. Connect to them 10 times faster. U.S. Cellular. Believe in something better.
Freedom. We built this country on it. But what happens when someone takes away your freedoms? It's happening right now to your food. Learn more at choosetochoose.com. Sign the pledge to win $1,000 in free groceries. Stand up for food freedom.
The Bears and Chargers, Saturday at 8 on your station, Fox 18.
Saturday Baseball on Fox is presented by Sprint. Sprint, the Now Network. We move to the 7th in St. Louis. Mitchell Boggs out of the bullpen will make his 46th appearance this season for the Cardinals. Starter Chris Carpenter went 6 innings, allowing 3 runs on 6 hits. Marlon Byrd will lead off for the Cubs here in the 7th. Cubs have lost 3 straight, 7 of their last 8, 15 of 18. They lead this game by a run. Cubs have played in the most one-run games, Tim, in all of baseball, 42. They have lost a major league leading 29 games by 1 run. But today it's the Cubs leading by a run. Fastball from Boggs missing inside, 1-1.
13 and 29 in 1-run ball games, the worst in Major League Baseball. That really shows a softness in your ability to get to your closer, because the Cubs starters have been all right this year. But getting to Carlos Marmol has been the biggest problem. That was said again by Lou Piniella before the game today. 6 rookies in the bullpen for the Cubs.
Cubs have lost 19 games in their last at bat, second most in baseball. They've used 15 rookies this season, 11 on their current roster. One-two to Bird. Boggs missing low.
Remember the comment by Lou Piniella during our interview that with young pitchers, you never know what you're going to get. And that has been the Cubs' problem all year.
Bounce to the left side. Lopez to Pujols. 1 away. Just after 5 p.m. here in St. Louis, our Verizon game summary. Solo home runs for Ramirez in the 2nd inning, Derek Lee in the 3rd. Chris Carpenter allows 3 extra base hits in 1 inning for the first time in 4 seasons. Carpenter pinch hit 4 in the bottom of the 6th. Cubs starter Carlos Zambrano went 5 2/3, allowed 2 runs on 7 hits. And here's Blake DeWitt on the first pitch, knocked down by Schumacher. He recovers, and Pujols stayed on the bag, so DeWitt is retired.
When you play the right side of the infield, you do have the luxury of knocking the ball down instead of catching it. If you're a shortstop or third baseman and you do that, the runner's going to beat the play. Nice play by Pujols to stay on the bag.
So with 2 away, here is Coy Hill. Drove in a run back in the 2nd inning with a 2-out double, scoring Marlon Byrd. Boggs missing inside, ball 1 to Hill. Lights have been turned on here at Busch Stadium. Clear skies. 91 degrees at the start of this game. Thunderstorms here in St. Louis overnight.
Old Man River flowing about a half-mile from Busch Stadium.
And a football game across town tonight. The Rams and the Vikings.
Yep.
Preseason action.
Tony La Russa trying to decide whether to go see the Black Eyed Peas concert tonight or go to the Rams game.
Well, if this one goes long, you can leave the stadium early.
That's right.
Shall I bring up the last time you and I worked a game in this ballpark?
Sure.
Back on April 17th.
Yeah.
No score through 18 innings. Mets scored a run at the top of the 19th. Cardinals tied it in the bottom half. At which point Tim McCarver said, "Of course they do."
Of course.
We are in the 7th here today, just shy of 4 months later, as Alfonso Soriano steps in to pinch hit for the pitcher Mateo. Soriano leading the Cubs in both home runs and runs batted in. Comes to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. Strike 1. The Mets won that game in 20 innings, 2-1.
Longest game played in the majors this year.
Longest both of us have ever witnessed.
Starting pitchers in that game, Jaime Garcia for the Cardinals against Johan Santana. Lasted 6 hours 53 minutes, scoreless after 18. 19 pitchers used, including 2 position players. Teams were 1 for 25 with runners in scoring position. And that last note, I still can't believe. You didn't use the facilities for 20 innings. And I asked you after the game, I said, you need a checkup.
By the way, it's the same tally today.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
You've gone once.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
We've only been in the booth for 2 hours.
One of the more important things in our broadcast.
Soriano down on strikes. You have some time now. 7th inning stretch time.
Oh,
in St. Louis. Say it a little bit, Tim.
Pepsi Max, please.
Good song.
Great song.
So, Pepsi Max has 0 calories, huh?
Yep.
How many calories?
0.
0?
0.
What are you doing?
YouTube.
Oh.
Pepsi Max. 0 calories. Maximum Pepsi taste.
If it was simply about money, every bank loan would be a guarantee of success. At GE Capital, loaning money is the start of the relationship, not the end. I work with players every day. At GE Capital, we succeed only when they do.
Awesome! Yes!
We've got to get you out of the office more often.
My turn to drive.
The energy boost for your feet. With ZigTech, I get more train, less pain.
Emmett, your gray facial hair has put you in a rocking chair. Your beard is weird.
Just for Men Gel penetrates tough gray and puts it away in 5 easy minutes. His edge is back.
He's right on track.
Backfield in motion.
He scores! Just for Men Gel.
Keep your edge.
Introducing Just for Men shampoo for color-treated hair. No shampoo does more to protect your color, so it looks great longer. Just for Men shampoo. For facial hair, too.
Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Sprint, is sponsored by GE Capital. By Just for Men Mustache and Beard, keep your edge. And by Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Bottom of the 7th inning here in St. Louis. Third pitcher of the game for the Cubs is the workhorse. Left-hander Sean Marshall making his 61st appearance of this season. Third in the National League in that category.
No right-handed pitcher is warming up for the Cubs. It'll be interesting if Lopez or John Jay get on to see how they work Albert Pujols, who's the third hitter due up in this inning.
Lopez leading off. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Cardinals with a run in the first, a run in the 6th. A 1-2 from Marshall, missing inside, now 2-2. Carlos Zambrano, pitcher of record for the Cubs, went 5 2/3, allowed 2 runs on 7 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Two and 2 on Lopez with John Jay waiting on deck. It's sharply, nice play by Derek Lee. Takes it to the bag himself, and Lopez is retired. Well, the NFL returns to Fox this week with 2 preseason specials. First on Thursday, Tim, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman will be on hand for the Patriots and the Falcons. And then on Friday, the Eagles visiting the Cincinnati Bengals. Super Bowl 45, February 6th on Fox from Dallas.
Cincinnati Reds own the headlines in Cincinnati right now. They're playing so well, a game behind the Cardinals entering this game. But the Bengals, a very, very good football team. See, even I say it. Football team. Everybody who is connected to football always has to identify the sport. He's a good football player. He takes the football down the football field.
It's rubbed off on you.
Very good football player. And here I am, I'm saying it.
Getting back to baseball for a second. Alan Craig will pinch hit for John Jay. Craig 1 for 4 as a pinch hitter this season, batting just .196 overall in 20 games.
Hoping to get on because that on-deck hitter is a good baseball player. Albert Pujols.
Probably would have been a pretty good football player as well.
He probably would have. I'll tell you, the Winter Olympics in 1992 were played in France. The name of the little hamlet, Albertville. In the United States, this is Albertville.
Alan Craig lines out to the second baseman to Whit. From Allen to Albert. With 2 away, it's Pujols. You see Pujols' lifetime numbers against Marshall. 5 for 21 with a home run.
Outfield in a doubles prevention defense where they play about 5 steps deeper. They concede the single.
There's another football term, a prevent defense.
Yeah, that's right. It's a good football term.
Pujols 2 hits today, 2 for 3. Doubled in the first, an infield single in the 5th. Cubs lead the Cardinals 3-2, bottom of the 7th inning in St. Louis. One to Pujols. Catches the outside corner, now 1-2.
Right-handed hitters have a tendency to give up on this pitch. That's what Pujols did. McCoy Hill wants to make sure. He and Marshall having a tough time getting together.
Most consecutive seasons with at least 30 home runs, 100 runs batted in, and a 300 or higher batting average. Nobody has ever done it 10 consecutive seasons. Pujols with 29 home runs, 85 runs batted in. A 1-2 for Marshall, missing low, now 2-2.
Marshall, one of the few relievers who does not come in and start the inning off with nobody on base from the windup. Most relievers start from the stretch.
The 2-2, and Pujols is down on strikes. Marshall retires the Cardinals in order in the 7th here in Albertville.
Today's story from the Ford Model Year-End Sales Event, Roger's Workday. 9 to 5? Try 5 to 9 every day. That's why Roger needs the Ford F-150. It's the only truck that can keep up with him. Best-in-class towing and payload, and now best-in-class residual value. Of course, Roger would never sell his F-150, even if he had the time.
Hurry in now and get a built Ford Tough F-150 with 0% financing for 60 months.
Remember Roger and that F-150? Yeah, they're gone.
It's me, the Lime. Welcome to the Taco Bell Cantina Taco. Marinated steak, cilantro, and me, your host to a new taco experience. And that deserves respect. The whole new taco awaits from Taco Bell.
Lowe's is the only home improvement store with Stainmaster. We checked.
Oh, excuse me. Do you have Stainmaster?
We got Stain Captain. He's pretty good.
So we're really glad we came to Lowe's and met Lynn here.
And because Lowe's has a huge carpet selection, we were able to find the perfect Stainmaster carpet that fit right into their budget. Stainmaster stays up to 30% cleaner and lasts up to 50% longer than other carpets. And right now, we have home installation for only $39.
Lynn's the carpet master.
Just don't call me the carpet captain.
Experience. Lowe's. Let's build something together.
Beer and wine and cupcakes. I was doing the corporate grind like everyone else. But to be successful, I knew I had to be different. Ink, 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 ink. I mean, I love that card. It does things differently, too. Great customer service, going above and beyond to help me out as a small business. It's accepted in twice as many places around the world as American Express. And if I ever need to give my employees ink cards, they're free.
Make your mark with ink. Chase what matters. Go to chase.com/ink.
After using Rogaine for a while, I went to my stylist and she said hair was growing back. I was like, yes, this works.
Only Rogaine is proven to regrow hair in 85% of guys.
And that's it.
Stop losing, start gaining.
Superior drinkability, ultimate refreshment, a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind. Bud Light Lime.
Alan Craig remains in the game in right field for the Cardinals as we move to the 8th. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Cubs, 2 runs on 7 hits for the Cardinals. Mitchell Boggs missing away. Ball 1 to Kosuke Fukudome, who was 0 for 3. Fukudome, Castro, and Lee for the Cubs here in the 8th. Fastball in for strike 1. Cubs scored their runs early, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. 2 runs coming on solo home runs. Ramirez, his 17th of the season in the 2nd. Derek Lee's 14th in the 3rd, both off Cardinal starter Chris Carpenter. Carpenter left after 6 innings. Fukudome fouls it off to the left side, now 2-2. The 2-2 from Boggs, and the count is now full. Payoff pitch from Boggs in the air to shallow left. Coming on to make the catch is Holiday for out number 1. Fukudome now 0 for 4. NFL season is just a few weeks away. Get your fantasy football team now. That's your fantasy football team, Tim.
Football team.
At foxsports.com/fantasy. Fox Fantasy Football features new draft rooms, mock drafts, draft kits, and it's still 100% free. Play today at foxsports.com/fantasy. Starlin Castro putting up fantasy type numbers for a rookie, as we've documented throughout this telecast. He's 20 years of age. Started the day batting .319. That average has gone down slightly because Castro is 0 for 3. But he is creeping closer to that magic number as far as plate appearances are concerned in order to qualify for the batting title.
Yeah, I guess to explain it, we talked about earlier, 502 plate appearances qualifies you for a batting crown. That's about 3.1 plate appearances per game if you played 162 games. Or to round it off, 162 times 3.1 is 502.
Very good.
Thank you.
Castro playing in his 86th game this season. There will be thousands of kids going to school this September raising their hand in class. Did you know, teacher, that 162 times 3.1 equals 502?
Yeah. School's just around the corner.
Off the glove of Schumacher. First hit of the day for Castro.
He has hit 3 balls right on the button today. One to shortstop, one to center, and this one eluding a glove. So Castro with his first hit of the afternoon. Good hitting right there. Going the other way. That's what we were talking earlier about, that front shoulder. Guides the hands to the ball.
So a 1-out base runner for the Cubs here in the 8th as Derek Lee steps to the plate and takes strike 1. Lee is 1 for 3. Solo home run off Carpenter back in the 3rd inning. 1 for 6 lifetime against Mitchell Boggs. Another big game for the Cardinals, who lead the Reds by 1 in the National League Central. Cincinnati will get underway about 45 minutes from now at home against the Florida Marlins. Fernando Salas, Trevor Miller. Two balls, 1 strike. Castro the runner on first with 1 out. Castro goes and Lee fouls it off.
I was going to say good pitch to run, and you can almost say that in close ball games with a 2-ball and 1 count pitch coming. You could almost say that 80% of the time. It's the ideal time on which to run. Contact hitter like Derek Lee, who protected the runner, he won't be running here, but if it gets to 3-2, he will.
Way down on strikes. Second strikeout for Boggs.
Good slider to get Lee. The ball not only going down. Slider's a very dangerous pitch if it doesn't go down. Players refer to those as washing machines, and they just kind of hang over the plate. We've seen those go a long, long way.
Ramirez hit one a long way in the 2nd inning.
Washing machines 1 term, cement mixers another term. Neither are good when you throw a slider.
No. We saw that note on the Cubs, fewest stolen bases in the National League. We saw Castro on the move moments ago. Castro with 6 steals is the team leader among players on the current Cubs roster. Castro goes again. Here's the throw from Molina, and he is out at second on the bullet of the throw by Yadier Molina. Middle of the 8th, still a 1-run game.
I want a home run. He wants an out. only one of us will win. So I do everything I can to make sure it's me.
Winning takes intense preparation. Start with Wheaties Fuel, a bold honey cinnamon crunch cereal with complex carbs and B vitamins.
Wheaties Fuel, prepared to win.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does a former drill sergeant make a terrible therapist?
And that's why yellow makes me sad, I think.
That's interesting. You know what makes me sad?
You do! Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land, where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
Tissue? Cry, baby.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! Hey, man, how you doing? How's your shave?
Kind of like tugging and pulling.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing the revolutionary new Fusion Pro Glide.
It glides, like literally.
Now Fusion Pro Glide has been engineered with Gillette's thinnest blades ever, so it glides for less tug and pull. Turns shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. New Fusion Pro Glide. And warm up before you shave for incredible comfort with new Pro Series Thermal Scrub.
It's not back to school, it's forward to what's next. With a BlackBerry Curve, Samsung Reality, or LG Cosmos for under $20 after rebate. Rule the air. Verizon.
Today's game is sponsored by Wheaties Fuel. Prepare to win. By Verizon, a signal is yours. Wield it to transmit anything you want. Verizon. And by new Gillette Fusion Pro Glide. Turns shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Busch Stadium. Cubs leading the Cardinals 3-2. Sean Marshall retired the Cardinals in order in the 7th, including a strikeout of Albert Pujols. Now Matt Holliday leads off, and he takes strike one. Holliday drove in a run in the 1st inning with a sacrifice fly. Robbed of a base hit by Fukudome in the 4th. Rounded out with the bases loaded to end the inning back in the 5th.
Carlos Marmol warming.
Diving attempt by Ramirez. Base hit it to left field off the bat of Holliday. So the leadoff man is on for the Cardinals here in the 8th.
That ball stayed down, but between innings, Starlin Castro really banged up because of that head first slide. And if you're Lou Piniella, you've got to impress upon Starlin Castro one thing before you retire. Lou leaving at the... Don't go into second base head first. If he learns only that, you don't know how many years it's going to put on his career. That is a recipe for injury. That slide head first. Rasmus committed on that bunt. That's why a pitcher will go to first base to see what the offense is doing.
Ramirez in on the grass at third. Holliday takes his lead off first. Rasmus squares, pops it up, and the catch is made by the catcher, Hill.
Should have dropped that ball. If you drop that, and he's got a lot of help, Ramirez, Marshall, Lee could have told him. Rasmus is staying in the batter's box. Watch. Rasmus doesn't run. This is a fair ball. You drop that ball, you can go to second, go to first for the double play, but somebody's got to help kill Coy Hill, the catcher, out. And if you're Rasmus, you can't stay in the batter's box. You got to run because the ball is a fair ball.
Ironically, he has not had to run the last 2 games. 4 walks yesterday, 3 strikeouts today before that at bat.
Maybe he forgot that you take a right when you put the ball in play.
Well, that will be all for Sean Marshall with 1 out. In the bottom of the 8th inning, here comes Carlos Marmol from the Cubs pen.
Here in Dallas, everyone loves the Cowboys, which makes it odd that our neighbor is a Redskins fan. He got DirecTV, so now he can watch their games every Sunday. And that's fine. Live and let live. Right, baby? But I'm not so sure Troy Barkman is such a fan.
Only DirecTV lets you watch your favorite team wherever you live. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
I want you to play my numbers for me. Last night, I dreamt I was waiting on the bus. You'll never guess who was driving. Jesus.
How did Jesus get a license without a birth certificate? Makes no sense.
Lottery Ticket hits the jackpot with an all-star cast. It's hysterically funny.
Kevin, this is my home. This is my vision. How come I can't have this?
It makes you think, what would you do if you hit it big? It's mega funny.
You can't be too cool for that.
Lottery Ticket. Rated PG-13. Starts August 20th.
Every time I think about you, baby, it's like a movie in my head that drives me crazy.
Put a refreshing spin on your summer. Bud Light Lime. The just right taste of Bud Light with a refreshing splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the good time lime. Bud Light Lime.
Dreaming again.
When baseball's biggest stars come out, they shine brightest on MLB Network. With over 100 live games this season. And live look-ins to all the games on MLB Tonight.
And there it goes!
MLB Network. The sky is the limit. Find your channel number at MLBnetwork.com.
Lou Piniella makes a double switch. Darwin Barney made his major league debut Thursday. Now at shortstop, Carlos Marmol will try and record a 5-out save.
He's only done it twice this year. The last time he did it against Arizona on July 10th.
Matt Holliday, the runner on first, 1 out. Yadier Molina at the plate. First pitch. Left center field. Moving to his right, Marlon Byrd. And he makes the catch, crossing in front of Colvin for out number 2. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Recorded by Marmol. Now 2 away for Skip Schumacher.
We talked about a lot of guys in the major leagues who get hurt by throwing that cement mixer for a slider. That is not the case with the former catcher, Carlos Marmol. What an arm. His slider acts like 4 or 5. It'll back up 4 or 5 pitches. It'll back up. It'll bite down and into a left-hander, blowing away to a right-hander.
Averaging over 16 strikeouts per 9 innings.
Isn't that remarkable? 96 on the year.
If that holds up, it will be a new major league record. Here's Aaron Miles, who has come out into the on-deck circle should Schumacher reach, with the pitcher Boggs due up next. Fastball from Marmol missing inside. Now 3-0 to Schumacher. 1-run game. Cubs leading the Cardinals 3-2. Holiday a leadoff single. Rasmus and Molina were retired. 3-0 to Schumacher. Fastball in for strike 1.
It's the thing about Marmol, either strikes you out or walks you. Very few short relievers have a success of keeping guys off base like Marmol does.
There's Holiday on first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Holiday goes. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Schumacher down on strikes the inning comes to an end. Holiday stranded. We move to the ninth in St. Louis as Marmol worked his way back from a 3-0 count.
First is the beginning. First kicks open the door and possibilities follow. First resets everything. First moves us forward, fast. We all want first. First isn't later, it's now. What will you do first with Evo, the first 4G phone? Only from Sprint, the Now Network.
The just right taste of Bud Light with a refreshing splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the good time lime. Bud Light Lime.
Daydreaming again.
Snatching stuff takes... Oh, what is going on in here?
It's okay, relax. Watch this. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Dave.
Wow. Is that your agent?
It's the jingle. Try it.
No.
Like a good neighbor.
Just say it.
State Farm is there.
With a sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
And the girl from 4E?
Oh, and can I get a hot tub? Nice.
Find out what else State Farm agents can do for you at yagent.com.
Can utility be a poster? Can utility keep you up at night, dreaming? Can utility put thoughts in your head? Depends on what you mean by utility. The new Cayenne and Cayenne S Hybrid, born from Porsche Intelligent Performance to be lighter, more agile, more efficient. More Porsche than ever.
Denny's has 3 delicious new skillets starting at just $3.99. You hear that sizzling? It's the money you just saved burning a hole in your pocket. Just kidding, it's the new skillets.
A case from Lightman's past comes back to haunt him.
I'm gonna get you.
The real killer is still alive.
And this time, it's personal.
Do you know where your daughter is?
All New Lie to Me, Monday at its new time, 9/8 Central on Fox.
Kyle McClellan out to pitch here in the ninth for the Cardinals, and on the first pitch, Ramirez grounds out to the shortstop Ryan, 1 away. Aaron Miles, the new second baseman, is part of a double switch. He will bat 8th. McClellan in the number 7 spot of the order, making his 49th appearance this season. As Tyler Colvin steps to the plate with 1 out, and the Cubs leading by a run. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, Cardinals will have Miles, Ryan, and Lopez due up.
Probably a pinch hitter for Ryan, one would think, unless he's in a position to bunt.
The only position players the Cardinals have left are Nick Stavanoa and the backup catcher Stephen Hill. Colvin is 0 for 3 today. Has not gotten the ball out of the infield. On the ground to the shortstop Ryan. 2 away. Great job by our entire crew today here in St. Louis. Our producer Pete Macheska, director Bill Webb, associate director Aaron Stoikov, broadcast associate Eric Mandia, statisticians Marty Aronoff, Wayne Fiddleman, and Tom James. Our technical producer Craig Marlowe, technical director Gabe Bell. Pregame show produced by Don Bowie, senior videotape producer Janice Casaza. The coordinating studio producer of Fox Sports is Scott Ackerson. The senior vice president of production is Jack Simmons. Here's Marlon Byrd, doubled, came around to score back in the 2nd inning, and has grounded out twice to the 3rd baseman Lopez. Cubs looking to win for just the 4th time in their last 19 games. Cardinals coming into play today had won their last 4. Lead the Reds by 1 in the division. Cincinnati and Florida will get underway in about 25 minutes. Bounce to the shortstop, Ryan. Nice play by Pujols. Busy inning for Ryan. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Cardinals trailing by a run.
We gave it a new fully boxed high-strength steel frame and hydraulic body mounts for a comfortable ride. Because the things you carry are even heavier than the things you haul. Introducing the new Chevy Silverado HD, the most powerful heavy-duty ever made. Droid.
What this droid does will change how you do web connections. This creates a mobile 3G hotspot powerful enough to fuel multiple devices at will, putting you at the center of your own World Wide Web. Introducing the new Droid X, the next generation of does.
We are a very exciting couple.
That's what I said.
Two extraordinary mysteries.
There must be a connection, obviously.
On one night.
I need a thrill.
Fox Thursday. The thrill is on. Bones at 8.
Bingo.
Fringe at 9.
They're here.
We're on our way.
That was creepy.
This is fun. Except for the murder.
This September, Bones and Fringe are all new. The thrill is on Fox Thursday.
Saturday Baseball on Fox is presented by Sprint. Sprint, the Now Network. Bottom of the ninth inning here in St. Louis. Time for the Just for Men Keep Your Edge spotlight. 2 home runs for the Cubs. Ramirez in the second. Derek Lee in the third, both off Cardinals starter Chris Carpenter. Just as Ramirez and Lee have given the Cubs the edge, you too can keep your edge with Just for Men mustache and beard. Carlos Marmol came on in the 8th, retired both batters he faced. And Aaron Miles will step in to lead off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 9th, with the Cards trailing by a run. Brendan Ryan has come out into the on-deck circle. And then Felipe Lopez. First pitch. Miles fouls it off to the left side. 0-1. Miles batting for the first time today. .313 average this season. The 0-1 from Marmol, missing away. 1-1. One ball, 2 strike count. Miles 1 for 3 lifetime against the Cubs closer, looking for his 20th save this season. Slow roller, fielded by Ramirez, and a wild throw. Miles on his way to second.
Going to be a base hit and a throwing error on Ramirez. Derek Lee could not even lay a glove on it. Nowhere near Lee. Watch his throw. Almost hits Miles. Now what that does for the Cardinals, it keeps Ryan in the game so he can try to sacrifice Miles to third base.
So the Cardinals have the leadoff man in scoring position, trailing by a run here in the bottom of the 9th.
Because Ramirez is in at third base, that's what you do if you're Brendan Ryan. You try to get the third baseman to field the ball. Make him come in and vacate third.
Fastball high and tight, ball 1. 13th error of the season committed by Ramirez. Cubs third baseman with 24 errors. Ryan bunts it in the air, and Hill unable to make the play.
I think Coy Hill may have had an eye on Derek Lee. He didn't know where Lee was. That's a play that should have been made. He actually put his hand in his pocket.
So he caught the one he should have dropped in the 8th inning, and now drops the one that he should have caught.
Yeah. A new life for Brendan Ryan.
1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Bottom of the 9th inning.
No error given on that play. I think you've got to give an error on that ball.
Ryan bunts it in the air again. Easy play for Hill. 1 away.
When the barrel of the bat is below the hands, the ball's got to go up. Coy Hill catching that ball kind of defiantly, snatching it right there, saying, I'm not going to miss this one.
So a reprieve for Hill. 1 out. Here's Felipe Lopez. Strike 1. Lopez just 2 for 11 against Marmol in his career. Miles represents the tying run. Lopez today 0 for 3 with a walk. Behind on the count, 0-2 with Alan Craig waiting on deck. The 0-2 for Marmol. Foul territory. Ramirez under it, 2 away. So now the Cardinals down to their last out, as Alan Craig steps to the plate with Albert Pujols waiting on deck. Craig pinch hit in the 7th inning against Sean Marshall, lined out to the second baseman DeWitt. Will Pujols have a chance to swing the bat? Miles on second, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning in a 1-run game. Alan Craig has never faced Carlos Marmol. First pitch, strike 1.
Alan Trammell trying to move Fukudome, the right fielder, in, and has successfully done that. The one thing you want to prevent against right here is that little flare the other way off the end of the bat. You want your right fielder to be in close enough to make the play.
0-2 on Craig.
Boy, those are 2 wicked sliders that Alan Craig just faced. This one out of the strike zone. He'll see that again. No sense in going to the fastball right here.
That will do it. A 5-out save for Marmol. Carlos Zambrano with his first win since June 20th. Chris Carpenter suffering only his 4th loss of the season. So the Cubs win for only the 4th time in their last 19 games, ending the Cardinals' 4-game win streak.
Slider, slider, slider to Alan Craig as Marmol goes to the slider off the plate. Not too many right-handers in the game can hit that pitch.
Save number 20 for Marmol. Took 2 hours, 41 minutes. And the Cubs win a 1-run game. They defeat the Cardinals by the score of 3-2. So the Cards now with a half-game lead over the Cincinnati Reds, who will get underway shortly at home against the Florida Marlins. We'll return to St. Louis for more post-game coverage right after these messages. Cubs win it 3-2.
A woman is diagnosed with breast cancer every 3 minutes.
The Breast Cancer Research Foundation improves prevention and treatment by funding the top researchers around the world. Fox Sports asked you to join our team and text CURE to 27722. A one-time $10 donation will be added to your phone bill. Messaging and data rates may apply.
Support the Breast Cancer Research Foundation today to save lives tomorrow.
Now you can get more Iowa Lottery games for less money. It's easy. Just ask for the Lotto 12 pack at your Iowa Lottery retailer. You'll get a week's worth of 3 great games with 6 big jackpot drawings. That's a $12 value. But for a limited time, you'll only pay $10. With the Lotto 12 pack, you're covered for all the big jackpot drawings for a week. The Lotto 12 pack from the Iowa Lottery. It's more for less, but only for a limited time.
With our new Android-powered device, you get to build your own phone by customizing home screens with all kinds of apps, so your phone reflects your unique interests and lets you connect exactly the way you want. Choose from over 50,000 apps and browse the web faster with the Samsung Acclaim, exclusively from US Cellular.
Now get a Samsung Acclaim Android-powered phone free when you buy one for $99.95.
US Cellular. Believe in something better.
It's an NFL preseason special on Fox. Thursday, New England and Atlanta collide as Brady and the Pats face the Falcons. And Friday, Tio Ochocinco and the Bengals take on the Eagles. Patriots, Falcons, Thursday. Eagles, Bengals, Friday. Only on Fox.
Cubs over the Cardinals here in St. Louis by the score of 3-2. So the Cubs hang on. 2 home runs early, Ramirez and Lee.
That's the right recipe today. Good job by Carlos Zambrano and then Carlos Marmol at the end. That's the recipe the Cubs have been looking for all season long and rarely have had a chance to carry it through.
So the Cardinals' 4-game win streak comes to an end. They won the series opener last night 6-3, but fall to the Cubs this afternoon by the score of 3-2. So the Cardinals lead in the National League Central is now 1/2 game. 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Cubs. 2 runs, 8 hits for the St. Louis Cardinals. Tonight on Fox, it's Cops, followed by America's Most Wanted, starting at 8 Eastern. Fox with an NFL preseason doubleheader later this week. Patriots and Falcons on Thursday. Eagles and the Bengals on Friday. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern both nights. Next Saturday, Fox Saturday Baseball. Check local listings for the game in your area. Promotional consideration provided by the following. For more information on today's game and the latest in Major League Baseball news, log on to foxsports.com, powered by MSN. For Tim McCarver, this is Kenny Albert saying so long. You've been watching Fox Sports, home of the 2010 NLCS.
This weekend, Fernando Torres and Liverpool battle Cesc Fabregas and Arsenal. Live this weekend on Fox Soccer Channel. Fox Soccer Channel. The Big Ten Network. Speed. Fuel TV. FSN. And Fox Sports. The greatest collection of sports networks in the world.
We are Fox Sports!
Freedom. We built this country on it. But what happens when someone takes away your freedoms? It's happening right now to your food. Learn more at choosetochoose.com. Sign the pledge to win $1,000 in free groceries. Stand up for food freedom.
So are you looking for new ways to save some green? Just go to midamericanenergy.com. It's there you'll find information on our Energy Advantage programs that can help you use energy more efficiently. And our online energy audit giving you information on how to save money while benefiting the environment. Save some green by visiting midamericanenergy.com.
Mid-American Energy.
I'm back.
To make all your Ford buying wishes come true. Say you want a Ford Escape for less than a Toyota RAV4, your wish is my command. Low payments, magical service after the sale, and 120% Kelley Blue Book value for your trade. Get the most toward the best. The Ford you're wishing for, because nobody beats a doll deal and nobody beats a doll trade.
866-579-0253. The doll difference.
Thank you, Doll Ford Genie Dude.
Freedom. We built this country on it. But what happens when someone takes away your freedoms? It's happening right now to your food. Learn more at ChooseToChoose.com. Sign the pledge to win $1,000 in free groceries. Stand up for food freedom.
Green Chevrolet can do it all. 0% for 6 years, 1,000